One last thing. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another LTS tournament. We've got for you a real fire lineup today. We're going to have a 3v3 round robin Leviathan League special. Due to some technical difficulties on my end, I've had to start a little bit late, but we've got a lot of high-octane, high-paced LTS action for my favorite format. 3v3 LTS is here. As you all know, the reason why I love this format is the right amount of mix of chaos plus tactics. 2v2 is a bit of a slower paced game, where 3v3 we're going to see a lot more fighting. And speaking of fighting and lineups, we are immediately kicking it off with an absolutely top tier performance kind of match. We're going to have LSD and Company versus Bernadette plus 360. Bernadette 360 coming off a win that they just had recently in the last Leviathan League, where they won the 2v2 tournament for themselves. This time they're up against a team they've played recently in scrims. One of the things you're going to see this tournament is that we have a lot of... I'm going to tell them they can start. Yep. One of the things you're going to see this tournament is that we're going to have a lot of team shakeups. A lot of the teams that were usually playing together ended up going two different places. So here we are, we're kicking off with our first match of the day. Well, technically it's supposed to be our second, but here we are with it being the first. We got to make adjustments as we go along, and so LSD and Company versus, I believe their team name is fuck it, why not? And this time the game is going to be on Dry Dock. This is a map I believe that Burn and 360 have had a hard time with, especially in the past 2v2 where they had to go fight Benefly last month. Benefly showed them all the tactics and how this map can be run. But this time 360 seems to be joined by Camp. Mr. Tuss.97 himself going to face down three people in the middle of the lane. S-Game are going to be comprising on the opposite team's roster for Stasis and LSD. His LSD have been on a team for quite a while, but it looks like the mid battery will be seized without much contention. The North Star cluster missile might have not been used, if not would have been went away immediately. This is going to be a very awkward lane for the team of Why Not to play. Whereas Burn, yes, he can lock down this entire middle lane, but he has to protect his teammates from getting poked. Meanwhile, there's only two people in mid, meaning that somebody might be rotating around to seize another battery. They haven't pulled the right side battery for themselves, so they are still stuck holding. That is a... Unfortunately, I think Burn got hit by that tripwire. Arcwave trade overall, I think, favors the opposite of the team who's holding mid. Usually holding mid is kind of bad because once you're in mid, you don't really have much else to go. Camp is going to look for this battery pull, but the problem is that he has a North Star plus something else, but it seems the left side battery might be being pulled as well, as the North Star plus Ion combo has to fight the Legion plus Odin combo, the fighting team duo, of course, being the classic. But however, Camp has been spotted out on this left side. It's going to be Nova versus Camp. Nova goes for aggressive melee. And LSD already here with the rotation, phase behind his teammates. Nova doesn't get doomed. This is a big deal. Camp has to take this 1v1, but me on the opposite, his teammates are in the thick of it, as it's going to be Burn having to take an eject already. And meanwhile, LSD gets another battery. Doomed Legion has to disembark, takes himself his pilot play. Meanwhile, Nova did not eject. Nova's still 1 HP, and Camp has to run away with his Sword Core. Meanwhile, LSD's Sword Core will engage 360, and 360 is going to be in a bit of an awkward spot. But thankfully, the Sword Core ends up running out. 360, however, he's still stuck in a hard place with this Ronin with shields. Great shot, unblocked. But, however, he has a pilot plus a Ronin on him. The arc grenade is going to put him a lot of work. He's going to be stuck in place. LSD with the miss on the shotgun. Missed shot from 360. Another missed shot from 360. Oh, he actually goes for the disembark. And meanwhile, Cap is the one who's harassing from the bottom. He's going to look for the S-Gamer pilot. He does get the S-Gamer pilot. However, it's going to be a bit of a wild ride. Cap is so low. LSD with just above bar of health. And he's going to seal it for his team. Arc Wave will seal the deal. Very close. Round 1 for LSD squad. Now, I didn't really get to finish what I was saying earlier. LSD's team picking up S-Gamer. S-Gamer, who I think is honestly a very good support player with his style of play in PEX. He knows where he needs to position. He essentially tries to play to help his team. And from what I've heard in terms of communications from him, his comms are also very solid. Cluster on the battery early. That means that battery will be denied. It's up to the team in blue to find themselves where they want to position. Opposites, mid pull is good. Opposite side pull might also be good as well. No one's really here to contest this battery, but it's going to be the collapse on the Bernadotte relatively soon. LSD is already here. Doesn't look like he got much value. He got some melees in, but LSD now has to face down a North Star plus Ion. However, his teammates got pushed out in mid. Meanwhile, Camp is trying to find some damage, but wow, man, he will eat a power shot for his trouble. S-Gamer's less than a bar. He might look for the all-in here once the gun shield goes down. Finds it, does get the phase, gets the sword core out. Camp incoming from behind. He does find stasis. Will he go for the double hit? Hasn't hit the tripwire. He's going to eat the tripwire damage, though. He doesn't have phase. Has to take an eject. Unfortunately, the sword core is not clean enough. Meanwhile, the opposite end, it's going to be stasis having to take an eject. But uh-oh, here comes the sword core from LSD. LSD with so much health and actually gets stopped by the tether. Very smart tether plays it from 360. That's going to buy himself a lot of time. He is the North Star all by himself, but he has to fight himself a Ronin plus 2 pilots. Thunderbolts to deny space. He is going to get himself 1 kill, but the problem is that LSD is more than likely going to get a battery soon. This battery will come up for 360. He'll get himself a bat of his own. The good news for 360 is that the sword core was already used. I believe he still has flight core, but he has to find aggression onto this Ronin, along with more than likely a cloak pilot. Look at how healthy LSD is. He saw the trails of the cloak. He does get it! Very nice eyes from 360. Saw exactly where the pilot was. If you were looking carefully, you can still see the outlines. Even though you're a Titan, he's trying to build flight core. He's still trying to get it. He got the flight core, but he lost most of his health bar for it. It's all going to come down. LSG's just going to play patient. There's no way he lets go of sword block, I think. He's going to wait for the railgun. Couldn't find the Doom. That doesn't mean too much, however, because again, 360 has to play aggressively here. The only way 360 wins at this point is if LSD lets go of block and he gets a nice shot, but regardless, it's not going to happen. LSD has another sword core, by the way. And because of that, this round is very much just over. LSD actually is just going to play passive. He has no reason to engage this North Star. 360 is the one that has to come in and make the play. And with 30 seconds on the clock, there's just no way. He's going to go for the sword core. He's going to end the round. He understands that it's over. And that's going to be a quick 2-0 victory for LSD squad. Now, for those of you that are just joining us, this is the first game I have been spectating. Friendly reminder for everybody who has not seen the Leviathan League, or not, you need a refresher. First and foremost, 2 out of 3. Now, I'm not saying that the team of Why Not can't make the reverse 3 comeback.
Pull it together, 6-4.
But
Regroup, team up, and give him hell.
as I've stated before, Drydock is not really their best map. They're essentially a little discombobulated. 360 now going to Legion, actually, instead of the North Star. He realized the North Star hasn't been getting himself that much value, so he will be on the Legion instead. And I'm gonna go. The collapse is onto Mr. Stasis, but the problem is that he has the double dash. He'll be able to rotate out. That's gonna cost him all his shields as well. LSD's in a bit of an awkward spot. The Ion will contest the Legion behind, but however, the power shot dash might have been good from 360, but now he's getting shot in the back, as now he might be the target. Great shot on a Nova. Look at the amount of chaos that's going on. LSD has not been hit that much at all. The feed, oh, unfortunate. That's definitely going to be... Oh, he doesn't catch that power shot. That's going to be ripped on 360 for sure, as I stated. And meanwhile, Bird's also going to get ripped. The sword core is coming into play. Eskimer will go down. He doesn't get the melee off. He doesn't get the kill on him. There were so many things that happened so fast there. But basically, Nova cleanly disengages. They do not find the damage. Camp does not find the value he was looking for once he went in. And the Legion from S Gamer sneaks in a power shot behind the back of 360, does a ton of damage to him, more than likely also hit camp. And due to all that happening, the recollapse from S Gamer and company is really good, and things fall down accordingly. But as I've stated before, that is, to me, their weakest map. But now they're going to go to a different style of map. We're going to 3v3 Kodai. That is a sentence I never thought I would have to say in the entirety of my casting career. 3v3 LTS on Kodai. Now we're going to have to see what adjustments Why Not can make. Kodai is... it's a very King of the Hill style map. Anyone knows who has played... anyone knows it has played Titan Brawl, LTS, knows that this is an Atlas's dream town. Ronan kind of has a hard time getting what he needs to do done because he has to make up a lot of space. But even with all that, he can still be the frontline tank. He still has options of rotation. And we're going to see it right here, actually, with the double Atlas coming out from Stasis plus S-Gamer. S-Gamer on the tone, interestingly enough. Usually he's playing the Legion for himself, understands that he's not going to get much value. Meanwhile, Burn going to be on the opposite end, where he doesn't have a wall. But thankfully, does able to get down and cover relatively quickly. However, on the back end, LSD is fighting Camp. Camp is by himself. Camp is going to get doomed here for sure. Other power shot comes out, and power shot finds a clean hit. Camp tried to find offense. He gets the sword core, but we're going to see how much he can get done with it. Very nice melees from Camp. Unfortunately, the miss on the lid shot from Stasis. Meanwhile, on the top end, the Tones are fighting. Actually, the North Star has come out from 360. The North Star is going to find a lot of value here over time. Dragon Rockets come up from the two Tones. Meanwhile, great Doom from 360. Bernadette has to find this kill. He gets the melee cheese, but regardless, it doesn't matter. 360 will clean up the kill. Meanwhile, the Legion is doomed. However, Stasis is now fighting 360. 360 has the Flight Core activated. Laser Core in tow. 360 is taking an eject. Both ejects are up. Titan duel coming in. 360 will get the turn rifle shot. That's a huge kill for his team. And now the Legion will get pelted down by the pilots. And that's going to be the end of that. I was going to say that Kodai is a bit of a slower pace map, but as we saw, nobody wants to play the slower pace map. People are just taking different engagements all over the place. Camp goes in by himself, kind of just eats pavement, but the return damage he got that time around actually still gave him the sword core. The missed laser shot allows Camp to survive and live another day. Hover railgun almost hit the mark. Has to walk up with a vortex shield. Tries to find a laser shot. Ooh, Stasis tried to get for a greedy laser shot. Gets huge punished. Is locked on. Bernadette is going to get back in cover. Matter of fact, Bernadette has 2 sets of locks. Incoming rockets. Great mitigation from S-Gamer and the catch from Nova. Meanwhile, again, another situation where Camp is stuck in a 1v2, will phase away, and he will get himself back into position. However, the thing is that... ooh, great shot from 360. You cannot mess around with this North Star railgun. The thing is, however, is that with the space that 360 and company are holding, even though S-Gamer and company have the hill, they are in under fire from multiple angles. Bernadette versus S-Gamer. S-Gamer's going to get those set of lock-ons. He's going to hit most of the rockets. Bernadette is slowly but surely losing this trade. He needs one more shot. Salvo core for salvo core. That's going to hit Bernadette. Bernadette's not going to get the eject. Oh, he got the eject plus a salvo core hit. He's so low. He has to find this pilot, and he will find a Gooster. Very nice shot from S-Gamer. On the opposite end, it's going to be Camp with the Doom Bar and LSD having to go up against Double Strider. Tracker Rockets incoming on the North Star. 360 should be able to dodge. He's no problem. Matter of fact, 360 is going to be the one to get the kill, and he's going to pop the Flight Core. Zone LSD out. LSD has to make the clutch of a lifetime. Sword Core for Sword Core. Arcwave is better than the Sword Swing. And that's going to shut him out of the game. Very nice play coming up from the double striders of 360 and Camp. Now, S-Gamer is actually putting up a phenomenal fight versus Burn. He actually would have won that fight, that trade overall. But he went for the aggressive salvo core. Both salvo cores were in the air. Bernadotte barely just getting the salvo core eject and everything comboed, causing S-Gamer to get doomed. Does get the Gooser, but S-Gamer at that point has to play further back, but instead try to help his teammate. Ended up costing him for it. Northstar coming out from Nova. He's going to hold this middle lane. I think 360. Yeah, he did. 360 did the tech. He's up top in mid. He did the teleport strat. There's a hidden teleport spot in mid where if you disembark correctly at a specific juncture, you can get up to mid immediately as Northstar at 360, pulling it out here. In tournament, Arc Wave onto the toe. Does find the mark, but the particle wall has been saved. LSD is going to try to look for another Arc Wave soon. He comes out, he's a little late, he misses the wall, tries to hit the toe with the tome, but Burn does take a huge punish. Meanwhile, the opposite end, S-Gamer is getting eaten alive. Tracking rockets are good, gets the 2-1 360, salvo core in the air, but however has to take an eject for himself. Now the Titans on the opposite team are hurting, but meanwhile LSD is also doomed. Stasis does get one, salvo core will be denied. Stasis is now in a position where he can hard win the game. S-Gamer will get taken down by 360. LSD still a Doom Bar versus Camp. Camp has the health advantage, but the Northstar advantage. Look at how much health Stasis has. 360 goes for the eject. Does he find the shot? No, he doesn't. Very good airstrike from 360. Meanwhile, LSD is going to chase down Camp. More than likely going to deny this battery if possible. Arc Wave 1 misses. Unfortunately, just too many misses from LSD. Camp now is going to be the one that's looking to swing this momentum. Flight Core comes out. Flight Core onto the pilot. I don't know how 360 survived the Flight Core, but he did. He will not, however, survive the Ronin. It's going to be Camp versus... Wow, I can't believe that melee connected. Very nice face from LSD. Had he not phased there, he might have been looking to die himself. Camp trying to make the play versus the Double Striders, but the Double Strider movement, the Northstar is so good at surviving. Arc Wave going to slow him down. Shot is missed. That's going to be a Doom on one. Camp has to fade out, however, which is going to guarantee LSD this battery. Camp is trying to look for this battery of his own. Cluster missile on it. Very nice play from Nova, denying the battery from Camp. Now Camp is stuck on the bottom. He has 50 seconds. He has to find a kill onto one of these Titans if he wants at least a draw. That is the hover. But the problem is, wow, Camp is actually behind Nova. Arc Wave 1 is good. Nova smartly taking the eject, but Camp now is so low on health. Thunderbolt is not going to find the mark. Another Thunderbolt coming down the lane. Camp somehow still alive. He went for the phase. He doesn't go for the rip. He actually baits him instead. Arc Wave. And no, the Thunderbolt plus Lead Wall will combine. LSD actually popped a stored core at the end there. LSD guaranteeing himself his ability to survive. There was no all-in from the phase there. I don't know why my game just did that, but regardless, we are back in. No problems here. And we're going to continue on. 2-1 is the score. Northstar peeking down mid. 360 not going to go for the same cheeky spot that he did last time. LSD alone on the contest on this right side. Monarch selection from Bernadotte to go shut down LSD. They should look for the 1v2 here. Instead, they won't. No, they'll take Hill. Probably because 360 is the one that's going to be 1v2. 360 already down a lot of health. He's going to be down even more. Tracking rockets come out. Those should be a dodge. No, some of those actually do find the mark. Tracking rockets on to Camp. Look at how much damage this tone has already put out. LSD is going to face down the Monarch, but again, this is a situation where you can just outright fight the Monarch. Oh, very nice juke on the Arc Wave from Bernadotte. Bernadotte now going to take the heads-up fight versus LSD. However, in the back end, S-Gamer will get one. It's going to be Camp that had to take an eject. That's a huge pick already. Meanwhile, back in, Nova is doomed. S-Gamer still has a good amount of health. However, Bird will get the rip on LSD. Monarch reigns supreme on the King of the Hill. Stasis is doomed. 360 still holding his 1v2. It now has to be Stasis that has to go up. Bernadot couldn't find the Gooser. Meanwhile, however, 360 will get the bottom battery. Now it's just Escator by himself. He has to make a huge comeback. Stasis has been seen, and the shot will not land. Stasis will live to fight another day. Camp tried to find the Goose on the Escator. Regardless, Escator's going to get doomed. Flight Core is going to come out. Salvo Core in tow, but it's not going to matter. Flight Core beats Salvo Core. 3-1 for Team Why Not. And now we go to our third map. Further reminder, score right now is 1-1. I thought for sure that the call would have been to 1v2 LSD with the Monarch plus Ronin combination, since the fact that once he's committed to that right side, he has basically no rotations options left. But instead, the camp ends up rotating over, ends up buying 360 enough time. 360 smartly disengages. He's able to survive long enough so even though the collapse from the Tone plus Northstar combo doesn't find the value they're looking for, LSD, unfortunately, in a rare occurrence, I might add, gets ripped by the Monarch. Usually LSD is phenomenal about ejecting, but sometimes you just get got. That's going to be a game win for Why Not. But we're going to see who closes out this Game 3. It's going to be a classic fight on the Angel City. This is a very long time standing competitive map, even back in the days of Titanfall 1. And now we're going to see it again. Camp walking up this mid. He sees LSD. He sees the Ion Ronin taking up this mid side. 360 could look for some damage. He unfortunately misses the shot on the S-Gamer. It's going to be Nova versus Bernadot. Nova going to have to back off here, burn his wall. Now he can't walk up. Meanwhile, however, Camp versus LSD is happening. It's also a classic matchup, but meanwhile, Camp is the one who is stuck in between multiple people. Has to be careful how much damage he's taking as he is the target. Ooh, a big hit from, I believe that was a laser shot to the face. Burn now stuck in a 1v2, however, he has to be careful because these guys walk around the corner. Huge Forbidden Tone technique onto Nova. Nova gets doomed. Nova has to take an eject. Both tones are up now. However, LSD does get doomed, but it's going to be Camp who doesn't take an eject of his own. 360. The last Titan standing. Huge shot on the S-Gamer. That's a great start. Back end, though, however, Ronin's getting a battery. Understands that people have disembarked for the battery. Does find his own battery. Gets back in safely. Thankfully, isn't dead. Misses the shot onto Nova. Nova's going to give this battery to S-Gamer. S-Gamer's going to have the laser core in play if the flight core does come out. So the return damage will be very high. Actually, LSD has opted to just disembark. Very nice. One kill onto one pilot. Flight core versus laser core. Laser core is going to win out this one. You don't have enough health to take that. And that's going to be the first game for, or excuse me, the first round for team, I believe their name is Invictus. I am kind of wondering. I wonder if they still take the Northstar. The Northstar here does provide phenomenal value, but I don't think they're playing as a team around it very well. They're getting very split apart, and because of that, they're taking a lot of very unnecessary damage. Northstar wants to build value over time. The two Titans from the last set are back up in mid. And interestingly enough, they picked the Tone without an Ion. Meaning that they're not going to have the advantages of tripwires and other things to essentially hold the line. LSD versus Camp. Camp so far winning this trade. Huge punish on the LSD's reload. Nice block. Actually has Anomaly. Rare use of Camp using Anomaly. LSD actually holding so far. 360 has been left to his devices. Meanwhile, Burn is going to be the one that's collapsed on to Stasis. He's going to get taken out the game. Stasis is due. Stasis looks for a salvo core. Stasis has to take an eject. 360 is now in the middle lane. He's stuck between nobody, actually. I thought for sure that the Ronin would have come and chased him. Looks like that's not the case. Meanwhile, on the back end, I believe LSD had to take an eject. He does. He sees the pilot, unable to get it, unfortunately. Understands the pilot is on top of Star Building. Camp is super low on health. Will take a disengage. However, there is a pilot nearby. These pilots are going to do a lot. Crit laser shot from S Gamer. Going to do both the Striders. The Striders have to be in fear of these two pilots. Camp has to take an eject relatively soon. He's not going to be able to hold the line any longer. That's another great laser shot from S Gamer. As a matter of fact, it's going to be 360 having to take a disembark here. 360 actually does make it over the wall, barely. Camp is still alive. Has to get out. This is a very awkward situation. One pilot goes down. It's just Camp by himself. I don't think Camp can make this comeback. He's disembarked from the Ronin. He's looking for a Kraber shot onto somebody, but at some point his Ronin will be found. Here's the pilots. He misses the Kraber shot, but regardless, he still had so much more work to do on S Gamer. And that's going to be another round for Invictus. They need one more round, and they will have won this set. Currently, the score sits at 1-1. So it's now on Team Why Not to make a 3-round comeback.
Transferring to manual operation.
Right now, the thing that the other team is doing is that they are just taking the fight outright, relying on the cross shots coming out from the bridge lane. And once the scramble ensues, the North Star plus Tone combo doesn't really have the holding slash damage potential to make up immediately. So I would either look for something else besides the North Star. If not, maybe swap off the Tone. But regardless, they're going to try to see if they can make it work again. This Camp now is in the middle lane. Playing a bit slower. Trying to look for a bit of value. 360 unfortunately misses the shot. Goes for another one. Misses again. 360 missing shot after shot. But it's going to be the collapse on a Burn, which is really good. Burn is going to eat a lot of damage. He's stuck in a very awkward situation versus Nova. Nova's more likely going to dash aggressively here and look for the Doom. No, actually doesn't even need to. Survives. He got the Doom, but now Nova is the one that is going to be contested. Doesn't shoot one more bullet. He would have got the Doom otherwise. He would have got killed with the tracking rockets. It doesn't really matter. Burn It Out will survive. He's going to give himself a battery. I think Camp should have taken that battery, actually, but regardless, the mid pull is good. Camp tried to find it. 360 does get the flight core on the back end. The Ion gets deleted with the salvo core. Now it's a true 1v3. How will you win LSD? Doom on the LSD. Flight core comes out. Ronin in the very difficult position. And that is going to be one round for Why Not? The plan from LSD and company was really solid. Essentially, run in, do damage to Burn. He can't really do much to defend himself against the Ronin coming from the opposite side of the flank, especially with stacked up arc waves. And they tried to set Nova up for the kill onto Bernadette. Nova doesn't find the kill. He himself becomes the target. Nova gets taken out the game and doesn't get his eject off. We've seen this a lot so far from these two teams, is that their ejects just have not been as clean as they wanted to. Camp. He doesn't find the kill on the LSD. He arced the pilot, missed all 4 shots. Unfortunate. That's a huge win for LSD and company, as they have gotten away with quite literal murder. Now LSD is in a prime position to win this game for his team. Look at how much risk Camp has to take. They need to find a place somewhere else. Otherwise, LSD is going to come in and destroy, and destroy he will. Bernadette is already taken the eject, has no choice. Sword Core incoming on the 360. Camp is already fallen, and because of that, that is the end of Angel City. Going to be a 3-1 victory. 360 boxing for his life, but as many melees as he can punch, it doesn't matter. There's too much against him. And Invictus will win over Why Not. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go right to our next game. Did my stream title not update? It should have updated. Yeah, you're right. It is wrong. Yeah. Give me 1 second, guys. I have to, like, do some other things real quick. That's weird that it didn't update. But, Ooh, actually, I have just been informed that Camp unfortunately died to phase. Which at that point, it... At that point, it wouldn't really have mattered, I don't think, too much, only because Burn's already dead. Whatchamacallit. Trying to think of, like, what else. Sorry, guys. I'm also doing some Discord stuff at the moment to make sure I can get our next game lined up for us. So I believe we're going to Benny's game next. It's that one, and then we're going to... One second, guys. Just getting the next lobby set up for us so that we can keep going with. Oh, okay. So I guess I'm going there next. See? Okay, yeah, we're just going back there. Oh, okay, so we're going there. Okay, I understand now. So anyway, guys, we're just making some updates to the schedule. I've been informed that I'm not going to see that game because apparently I believe Benny is not participating from what I've been informed about. Tell him to just 360. Just tell him to restart if the round 1 hasn't ended yet. Or if no, it's like, if no one's like, you know, did their things yet. If you guys are like still pre-time the screen, 1 round behind, that's fine. We can do it that way. Okay, cool. Thank you, guys. Okay. Yeah. It's just a little weird. Schedule got a little jumbled up here, but we are in. Yeah, we're in. Okay. We're good. Alrighty. Okay. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. We are now in our... technically our third game. Our second game has schedule shifted around a little bit, so instead I have to be here now instead of where I was supposed to be previously. So we're going to continue on spectating the team. Why not? Unfortunately, they have lost to Invictus, being LSD plus S Gamer plus excuse me, LSD, S Gamer, and Nova. They're going to give themselves a nice point. If you don't know what the tournament format is, I believe the tournament format is going to be the round robin style. So they'll get themselves a point on the board for that one. As we continue spectating the team Why Not, they're going to be up against a different team. Now, seems to be the map being Blackwater Canal. On the opposite end, we have Snow Wars, Fun Bus, and the one and only all caps, no gaps. Being real, one of the best names for competitive. The score right now sitting 1-0 for the enemy team's favor. We just ejected to make sure the score was correct, and now we will continue. All caps, no gaps, taking up mid with the North Star. Has to use a cluster missile. That means that battery might be in contention. He is sonared as the other two walk up this left side. I just realized that this team has no Ronin, which is going to be meaning that Camp is going to have a lot more free reign. Snowwar's checking this right side. He seems something is going to be here, but I kind of doubt that's the case. Caps will get the battery. That's a good win for the North Star. Actually, Snow Wars was looking for the North Star the whole time. Does get a good amount of damage on the 360, but he himself is going to lose over half to all these tracking rockets. So overall, not a great trade. Funbus on the bottom end, having to fight the Ronin, as the Ronin is going to face up towards the team. Caps will try to cluster missile the Tone, not going to find it. Meanwhile, on the bottom end, Snow Wars and Funbus looking for the 1v2 onto Camp, but again, they're not going to be able to slow down this Ronin, so this Ronin will just be able to engage and disengage whenever he wants. The collapse onto Camp is not great. Burn will round the corner. Burn will get the locks onto the North Star. North Star is doomed, and North Star says, never mind, says hello to the pilot ejection seat. 360 comes in with the Flight Core. Flight Core and Salvo Core rain down on the Ion. Smart Core from Snow Wars is going to try to see what he can do with it, but the particle wall will deny him. Snow Wars still surprisingly still alive. Actually will survive. Tries to get the melee, but not going to be able to find the kill onto any of the members of Why Not. So that's going to be 2 rounds for them on this Blackwater Canal. But regardless, the sides have been swapped. Blackwater Canal is another map where there's a good side and bad side. Good side having the all what feels like an impenetrable head glitch. For those of you who don't know what head glitch is in FPS terms, the TLDR is that you can slightly see the person's head, maybe not at all, and you just see bullets coming out through the wall, and you're wondering how do you do that? And that's just, the TLDR is just, that's how the camera works in FPS games.
Come on, we can still win this.
So with that being said, Funbus and Company will have that power position to play, and it's going to be Caps taking the Ronin for himself. This Ronin is going to be able to hold this defensive position if he wants it, and it's going to be on the enemy team to find offense. Battery has been pulled. Camp tried to find the Gravity Star kill onto the pilot. The one thing, however, is that they're going to have to be careful of... Ooh! This North Star railgun. 3-man Arcwave, by the way, for Camp. He just got a ton of core. That might be a cue to push. The Ronins already have. That's going to be a good amount of stuff onto their Ronin plus Legion. And meanwhile, the Storker comes out from Camp. That early 3-man Arcwave rearing its head. Tries to melee box from Caps. Caps was dashed away, but he's going to definitely go down to camp here. Meanwhile, Fumba's trying to hold the line as best he can. 3 Titans surround him, and 3 Titans will engulf him.
Get out of bed now.
And that's going to be the end of Blackwater. 2 kills apiece for all of the members of Why Not. Unfortunately, Caps decided to let go of block in front of a North Star railgun, immediately 8-half. Camp follows up, gets a nice 3-man arc wave for himself, and that puts his team basically in the ground. Little mistakes like that end up snowballing rounds if you know how to run offense. But here we are. We're going to our second game, which will be on Kodai again. Similar to last Leviathan League, I guess we're going to get a double take of some maps. Last Leviathan League, we saw the Homestead back-to-back. This time we get to see the Kodai back-to-back in terms of sets. Now, I've said it once, and I've said it again. Kodai, King of the Hill, is the name of the game. Controlling the hill essentially allows you to control the map, pretty much. You get line of sight on every piece of the map. It's a North Star haven. It's an Atlas haven. Ronan has a harder time to get where he needs to be, but he's still a force to be reckoned with. 360 will lead the charge with this hover shot coming out relatively soon. No, instead he's here to take a ground shot versus Caps. Unfortunately, Bernadette is in the way. 360 will take the cluster missile, but we're going to ride with Camp here, as Camp is going to look and try to see if he can circle behind this Ion. Sees the Ion, and meanwhile, so does 360. 360 gets a nice shot. Tracking rockets also rain down as his teammates are kind of just surrounded. Great arc wave coming out from Caps. Tracking rockets are in tow. Caps actually could look for a bunch of melees, but actually doesn't opt to. Instead, he himself will get punished. Camp. Remember, Camp does have the battery. Orbital rockets will come in and hit him. Meanwhile, Bernadette seems to be the target. Very nice collapse from the enemy team. But Bern, actually, no! Bern will get ripped. He doesn't look for the rip himself. Meanwhile, Camp will go in. He's going to get... He doesn't take the sword core engagement versus the Atlas Titans. And the Atlas, one of them will survive. One of them will go down. Camp takes the eject. And the rip from 360 is good. It's just Caps all by himself. Caps tries to find aggression on the North Star, but the pilots will start denying him. North Star railgun hit is good. 360 has full health at the end of the round. Caps, I knew thee well. Well, all I gotta say is I'm gonna see him in the next round. 360 still had full. Oh my goodness. I thought overall that round was going pretty well for Funbus's team, but with the call to collapse on a Bernadette, isolating him out, they get the kill, but not as efficiently as they wanted to. Camp decides to go sword core the Ion. Because of that, he leaves the Tone alone. 360 tries to land the shot. Unfortunately, can't get the vaporization via hitting the crypt with the North Star railgun. And because of that, the fighting continues to ensue. This mid-battery has been uncontested twice, so Camp will secure himself a nice amount of free health. 360 gets the punish onto the opposing Ronin. Bad park from him. That's going to be a lot of missed health coming out. Snow Wars taking a hover. Burn missing a lot of 40 mil shots. Put him in an awkward spot. Has to play this cover piece now. Has to get down. Has to be careful of the North Star railgun potentially incoming. Tracking rockets onto the Ronin. Caps will block, but it will be 360 winning the North Star engagement trade as Snow Wars already down to just a pixel from getting doomed. Tries to find a dash shot. Unfortunately, can't seem to find it. Will delete the tripwires with the railgun. And return shot does come out, does hit Bernadette. And then the team, why not? They will opt to push. They're making a lot of health value off of the enemy so far. And those unblocked tracking rockets will spill the end of the Ronin for sure. Ronin wouldn't know where to go. He doesn't make it over the ledge, has to take an eject. Ion is behind and tries to find the Gooser with the 40 mil plus flight core. And no, the pilot will survive. but it's just going to be Fun Bus with the long reach around. I believe he caught that railgun. Very nice awareness from Fun, but now he has to come face down with a Sword Core. Sword Core, and his back is to the wall. Has to melee box out, but will get hit by the railgun as a punish, and that's going to be the end of another round. Why not right now? Putting on a clinic. I believe so far it's been a clean shutout. While they may have stumbled a bit on that Angel City game, they're looking to show that they are still a top team. But it's going to be up to Funbus and company. They need to pull out another huge comeback. This is a very difficult position they find themselves in, since they're going to have to be the ones to see what they can do. Plus, just the battery. Very nice stuff for 360. He's going to go for the teleport spot. He's going to go for it. He does! Here comes the teleport. North Star top mid already. Round start, 20 seconds into the game. Hello, Caps. I bet you didn't know there was a North Star there. Caps trying to find an engagement onto the road, and he will get shot unblocked. Ooh, force Caps off of the bridge. This means Camp now has free reign over top. Doesn't go for the cheeky arc whip. Instead, opts to respect the Snow Wars Legion. The Legion pick here is going to be very awkward, as it has to find, like, essentially very lucky power shots, especially with the lockdown coming out from this tone. This tone essentially has a ton of free reign. As Camp now rounds the corner, he's going to find himself a Sword Core relatively soon. No, not with all those missed shotgun shots. Fortunately, missed too many for his Marvin. Meanwhile, 360 comes in and rains out with the Flight Core. Two Titans go down immediately, and it's just Funbus by himself. Salvo Core comes in through the sky. Funbus is rounding the corner for the laser shot, but it's not going to find the mark with the Salvo Core. The Salvo Core did not find the aim onto Funbus. Funbus is going to do his best to defend himself. Tracking rockets come in, and even though Funbus is able to melee box out most of Camp's core, the odds against him are just too much. 3-0, clean 6 rounds coming out from Team Why Not. Alright, give me 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. I actually do one thing real quick. Alrighty, gentlemen, I have returned. I believe the next match I'm going towards is going to be Lightman and Company. 1 second as I get that together. Ah, my phone just died. Can someone tell Lightman and company to invite me to the next lobby? I'm kind of have my hands full with something IRL at the moment. I believe I'm going there next. Oh, I'm with Nova next? Okay, cool. Thanks for doing that. I'm just, like I said, basically I'm just getting some stuff done at my apartment real quick. And then we'll be continuing. Alright, I'm good. Okay. Alright, so I've been informed they are in a game. So, alright. We've got a little bit of downtime. So, as I've said before, please hydrate and get comfortable. So, we're just going to wait on that. You know, chat. Wait, I was there, and then it's... Okay, I see now. Okay. You know, chat, I've always wondered something. I know we've got a little bit of downtime and all that, but something I've always wondered... Hear me out, okay? What if, okay, we queued a pub game? I technically can leave when the invite happens, but I've just always wondered, like, you know, instead of sitting here at a menu and you guys gotta wait for me to do stuff, what if we just queued a pub game? Do you think Lethal can still play the game? Yay or nay? Alright, don't mind? Okay. That guy said thumbs up. Loveness, what's the verdict? What's the verdict, Loveness? Okay, that guy said nay. Alright, we got one no. I'm just gonna leave anyway. Once I get the invite, I am completely gone. So apparently my last login for this game was September 21st. So it's been a few months. Making tier lists? Well, the thing is that I have to, like, untab to do that. And I don't want to untab. And plus, like, everyone has data on the game already. Everybody knows, like, Ronan's... Zia is in here! Can't believe Zia's watching this. Oh my god, hi Zia, how are you? Zia voted yes. Alright. Okay. Just in a game? Alright, you... Okay. The thing with me is that I don't want to do it without Loveness's approval. If Loveness says no, then I won't do it. Because he is the host. He has all the say. I vote you phase into a blue bro. I mean, it's neither right. Oh, see? Alright. Right. See, okay. Yeah, do I just bother him real quick? Even though he's doing stuff? You know, I might do that. Hold on. Become done with the trials a while. You guys are... Okay, 180 said nah. But you told me to face to a blue barrel. Okay, hold on. Relic blue barrel, oh man. You stopped at 7:30. You're a madman. I can't believe my stream chat. You guys are crazy. You guys know you have a tournament the next day. Out of your mind. Yeah, I'm gonna bother loving this real quick. Hold on. Gamers of Diva. Is that why 360 it keeps missing railgun shots in the tournament? Well, there you go, chat. We found the reason. It's like, okay, he still hasn't said anything. He's probably doing something. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna be a responsible streamer. Everybody going nuts. Wait a minute. 360, you're a mod. 180, one of you, can you guys update my stream title? Because I know you guys can, right? Just change the date to today, and if possible, please set it to 3v3. No? Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. Bro. Everything is complicated today. I see. Hold on. That's not it. It would also help if I... Dude, it would help if I knew how, okay? Like, listen, alright? We're both in the same boat, alright? So we're just both taking a second. Oh, there it is. Found the button. Okay, cool. I have found the button. Okay, cool. I'm already doing it. Don't worry. I believe it's 11 slash... Yep. Okay. And... Alright. Let me know if it's updated. That should have fixed it. I think I did it. I really could have queued a pub game. Holy crap. You know what? Alright, it's good? Alright, sick. Okay, you know what? We're doing it. The second I get an invite, though, I am dipping. Okay? But we're doing it. Just so the stream has something to watch. Okay. If we can find a game. I don't even know if people still play this game. All 7 minutes? Alright, so one of two things is going to happen. Either Nova's going to invite me before this queue is up, or I'm going to find a game and get shot at for like 5 minutes. Okay, nobody has anything yet. I'm still waiting. And we still haven't found a game. Alright, haven't got an invite. Just whatever. Okay, we're waiting. Okay, let me read. 28 stream snipers incoming. Yo, real, right? Everyone's about to queue. Everyone's gonna just try to dunk on me, dude. I haven't played this game in how long? But it's okay. It's fine. I mean, yeah, sometimes I find games. Like I said, I haven't queued in like... You're queuing against me? Buck, go play your tournament. We just finished your set with Antha? Well... Okay. I'm still waiting for Nova and company. They haven't sent an invite yet, so I'm waiting for that. The schedule right now is a little weird. You're a sub? Then go sit there and be a sub. Don't tell me. Also, yeah, I probably should. You want us to wait? I don't know. Are you guys in the schedule? I don't know if he changed the schedule or not. Okay, Nova said he has one more game, apparently, and then we can get that started. Alright. Delayed in their games, why they're behind schedule. Yeah, that's what I heard. So, we're gonna do this. This is just to entertain my Twitch chat. So we got two options left in this. Either I go over the 360 right now, okay? Or alternatively we wait for Nova, or what's the plan? So, Loveness, what do you want to do? What's strat, Chief? I know we're making a lot of on-the-fly decisions. That's completely fine. I mean, hey, Die0, what's up? Yeah. Just let me know what you want to do, Chief. I am down to be flexible here. Yes, Loveness, what's up? You are... is about to start? I haven't gotten an invite yet. He says he still has one more game to play. That's what he said on the bracket chat, I think, right? Or did I miss something? Yeah. They're still in Lightman's game, yeah. Yeah. So that's what I read. So, Loveness, do you want me to just go to 360, or where do you want us to go? Because 360 is just chilling right now. Like, they got their game lined up, like, right now, immediately. They're finishing up their Lightman game. They're in their last game right now. So... Wait, 360. So 360. How far are you guys then? Oh, you're staying out for a few. Okay, so 360 is also setting out. I thought that their game was already up. So Funbus has to fight Light. Okay, so it's Light team that's behind. So Light team has to fight. Right now they're fighting Nova and Company, and then they have to fight someone else, and then they fight you. Is that right, 360? Okay, yeah. See, it's versus Fun? Okay. We're waiting on Nova's game to finish. We go to Nova's game. And then after Nova's game finishes, we can probably go to 360 because the fourth game is that one. I think that makes sense. Okay. So we might have to do it that way. Also, as for Loveness, I have no idea. It could be the fact that... No, I told Renegade and Company to start, I think. I'm not adding LTS to the queue. I just want to play Brawl just because, like, then I won't feel as bad about leaving. And also, I'm just trying to, like, fight and stuff. I want to get a game. Don't stream snipe me! What do you mean? Oh, there you go. Found a game. How about that? Alright. Look at that. Found a... Yeah, you're right. So I'll wait for them to tell me something. He said we are not stream sniping. Bruh. I missed them. I got him roasted. Also looking for the...
Attacking your target.
Where is it,
Target destroyed. Precisely.
Come on, let's leave them in the dust.
The reason why we got a bunch of mods in here is just purely because of the fact that, like, I probably just need... Why are you here? Dog! I dropped out, that's not good. I'll do it. Yeah, I'm just done. And why, yeah, that's about it. Okay, I'm waiting for this invite. Still haven't gotten one. I haven't gotten a ping either. There's no way you're still shooting at me, right? Alright, let's go. There we go. Alright, cool. There we go. The second I saw an invite, I'm like, alright, pick up my mouse. Wait. Is this where I'm supposed to be at? Wait. Hold on. Wait. Wait. What? Why did I get mad? Okay, I'm not supposed to be here. I figured not. I was like, wait a minute, that's not right. They invited the wrong person. Oh my goodness gracious, they invited me on accident. Well, alright. Well, okay, Nova just finished his game. Okay, good. We can continue with the tournament. Thank God. It's okay, Renegade. Don't worry about it. Okay, Nova, where's your invite, please? So we can continue on with our bracket. Okay, cool. There's Nova's invite. Now we can keep going. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, despite some technical difficulties with the bracket and whatnot, we are here and we're back in our tournament. One Company, we got Invictus. Of course, we've seen them handle team after team after team. On the other side, we have some players I haven't seen in a bit. I believe I've seen Tilali play once. Average Motor Main, I forget exactly who that is. But we're going to kick back our tournament back onto the grind for Boomtown. Invictus so far have basically shown off that they are the team to beat. I'm not sure how their previous game went versus Lightman and Company, but Lightman and Company also have a squad of their own. But regardless, we're going to see what kind of either havoc or alternatively what kind of things will be brought upon them. High ping, so that means we are on the EU side of things. Meaning that Stasis and our friend LSD are going to have to play on a bit of a higher connection than they're used to. Ping does bring a factor into, of course, any game we can play. But I've noticed from Titanfall, it usually isn't too bad. Monarch coming up from S-Gamer, going to shut down Tilali's shields early. Tilali has used the phase. Tilali is now in an awkward spot versus LSD and S-Gamer. The arc waves rain out. Tilali less than a bar. Tilali probably going to get doomed here for sure. Rip from LSD is good. Stasis versus Lag. Stasis with the tracking rockets find their mark onto the target. Lag is now the target between all three of these members. He's going to get singled up. He's going to get ripped by LSD too. One more Titan remains. It is going to be Mr. Average Ronin Main as he is playing the North Star. It's another North Star player playing with their tag being a Ronin. Trying to box for his life, but at this point, I think he might have gotten Doom skipped. No, he got Doom there. But too many odds are against him. One by one, the people fall down. Invictus with one round on the board. Invictus and Company starting out with the early momentum. Despite, again, like I said, they're playing on a higher ping for themselves. They still keep their foot on the gas. S-Gamer still rocking the Monarch, interestingly enough. Looking to play up mid, shut down the Ronin early. But if he's not careful, he himself can become the target. Instead, opts to go towards his right side. Stasis tries to get the battery. He does find the pilot! Oh no, that is definitely a round under. Unless a miracle can happen from these players. Stasis is just going to outright fight the Ion. Not going to count the Ion Vortex scene. Gets the tracking rocket spill. Gets the melee box. Is still alive. The rip on a Stasis is good, but the problem is LSD has so much life. LSD looks for Leviathan. He's going to look for a melee. No, he's going to look for a melee. Leviathan does get the laser core off, but look at how much damage LSD is just allowed to absorb. Even if he cancels the melee early, it doesn't really matter too much. He is a throwing machine. And you're not going to be able to stop him. In the back end, the teammate falls. They could have technically looked for an eject, actually, and still tried to continue around. But again, your Ronin falling immediately out the gate, not a great look. Unfortunately, like, there's been, in the amount of years I've played and commentated, recovering from a goose like that, it's 9-to-1 odds. The other team has to not capitalize. They have to just sit back and let the auto survive. But these veterans are not going to let that happen. They're going to go in. They're going to steal around. And they're going to keep a 2-0 for Boomtown. LSD and Company looking absolutely unstoppable. But we're going to see what Lagna and Company have to say. S-Gamer going to take this left side. He might try to see if he can get a cheeky kill onto someone. Average Motor Main has spotted out the Monarch. Doesn't opt to engage. Instead, opt to go up mid. Now it's Stasis up in mid, but with LSD in support. S-Gamer LSD are pushing up middle, and now they have a nice collapse onto multiple members. Look at how healthy LSD is. LSD is actually going to go for a rotation. S-Gamer is surrounded by two. Does trying to find a kill onto the Ronin, and he will attempt to get the rip. Can't seem to find it. He'll get ripped himself. Meanwhile, however, Average Ronin Main is going to find himself getting killed. Arcwave actually does land as to phase out the laser core, but even then, the other member will fall down. Stasis gets that kill. As a matter of fact, he'll also get the last one. Invictus clean up with a swift 3-0. I've said it once and I'll say it again. 2 out of 3. Meaning that Tilali and company, they get one more chance against LSD. And the map is going to be Crash Site. First time we've seen this one. Crash Site, another King of the Hill map. But unlike Kodai, there's a lot less room to move around. We've seen it once, we've seen it before. A lot of players opt to pick Scorch. This is the one map where Scorch sees a ton of play. So more than likely, LSD and company are going to have, I believe, more than likely... S-Gamer can play the Scorch, but I believe Nova also plays the Scorch very well. Either that or they could have S-Gamer on the Legion. And actually, no, not S-Gamer. S-Gamer on the Scorch and Nova on the Legion. Very interested to see what the players decide to pick here, as we're going to spectate the opposite team and see what they decide to take for themselves. Ion for one. Ion Northstar, a very interesting pick coming out from these two teams. One of the people who actually opted to play Northstar a lot on this side was Veneno. Nova hasn't spotted out. He is in a bad spot. He could get rotated on from the enemy team, but instead, they're going to opt to play off of Hill, actually. That's going to let LSD secure the battery. S-Gamer gets huge punish despite pulling in front of an Ion. LSD is on the Scorch himself instead. They have rotated who their Ronin is. This is one of the things with being on this team, is that they are able to do stuff like that. S-Gamer has the Ronin. S-Gamer throwing melees in front of 3 Titans, but gets a huge arc wave for himself. Nuke eject from Tilali, tries to find one member. Does not seem to get the value he would want out of it. Lag tries to go in. Lag is going to fall down for sure. Oh, the Flame Core comes out and hits 2 members, shuts down the Sword Core immediately. And the Ion back to the wall, fighting for his life against LSD. LSD does get doomed. LSD has taken eject. Laser shot. Unfortunately, slightly misses the mark. Stasis in a dream. Stasis will just take the shots, and that's going to be the end of the round. I don't know why my game keeps doing that. But we're still in it. 0-1 is the round count. Interestingly enough, they tried to go for, I believe, the double tether nuke eject strategy, see if they could find value with that. Northstar, while she loses her life, does not get the value that she wanted. The Ion tried to go for the punch at the end, but not enough health to get the rip. Nova will stand there. He'll just wait. And it seems now the plan is to go 3-man up this way. They're going to see who they can find to fight. The double tethers is in play. Lag is here by the battery. Lag will pull the battery. Lag gives himself a bat, but on the opposite end, it's going to be average Ronin main versus the Ion of Stasis. One arc wave goes down. Another arc wave follows up. Lots of return damage from Stasis. Excuse me, actually is LSD. They swap picks once again, and it's Tilali having to take an eject. Melees are incoming out. However, it's going to be Stasis with the Sword Core actually going down. Laser Core comes out. Laser Core onto LSD is not good enough. Not going to be able to kill him. LSD still alive in the back with 1 HP. I don't think Lag realizes that LSD is still alive behind him. LSD has disembarked. S-Gamer looking for a 360 shot. Going for a little bit of style. And it will be the Auto Titan that secures the kill.
careful. Regroup.
Rotating
Team up,
now,
team
we
ahead.
have a potential final round between these two teams. As right now, we might be witnessing another 6-0 shutout. This is a very tough position to find yourself in if you're a lagging company. Double tethers come out. Arc Wave comes out. Arc Wave will find one. The battery is not punished. S-Gamer is going to be the one trying to go in. I believe he has a nuke eject of his own, and he will use it. Doesn't find any value with it. It's going to be stasis on the Monarch. Double dash as well. It's going to be a very great position for him to be in, holding this hill. On the opposite end, LSD comes in. LSD tries to find an average motor main, and average motor main will get away. But he's a pixel. And the problem is that Nova has so much health on this Monarch. Nova is going to find one. And Nova's trying to look for another one. Monarch has the arc rounds. Arc rounds have been enabled. Tries to find the rip, can't seem to find it. Lagna has the laser core. Laser core is activated. Laser core is pretty good on an LSD, but LSD is just gonna not even care. He's just gonna go straight for the melee swings. Tilali goes up, and the Ion goes down 3-0 for Invictus. So, I believe that was that game. So if that was that game, then it's then we go there next. It's not a light man, but you've got to. They're like a whole game. All right, so we're at the light man. Okay, all right. Yeah, no, just I was making sure. I was like, okay. Yeah, I am there. Okay, so we've got a whole game to wait. All right, well. All right, chat. I'll try to keep you guys entertained in the meantime. Usually I go take myself some little bit of downtime, but we'll just queue for a second and we can continue the tournament. Of course, once I receive an invitation. Unfortunately, Lightman and Company are a whole game behind. Not sure how this game got jumbled up, but I mean, sometimes you just gotta make do with what you got. So we're gonna do this, keep you guys entertained. That way, there isn't too much downtime of you guys just looking at me, looking at a menu. With the yep, for success, you'll make sure we get the invite. Okay, sounds good. Yeah. YQ, just basically just to keep the stream entertained. That's about it. We gotta wait for a whole other game to finish up, and then we can get into our last game for the round robin to conclude. So that's the only reason why I'm queuing, just to keep the stream entertained. Once I get an invite, I immediately get in there and we just do that. Because right now we probably have to like wait like 15 minutes maybe. So it's gonna be a while. As for the whole bracket, most of the teams are at their 5th game right now, Buck, round robin format. The top 4, I'm not sure what it's going to be yet. We're going to find that out at the very end. Oh, they are done. Okay, cool. Alright. Thank you for giving me the heads up. In that case, we'll just wait. Yeah, I just saw the thing in the chat. I thought they had a whole nother game after that, but alright, cool. 360 should be sending an invite shortly, and we'll get the tournament continued to be underway. Yep, so whoever sends me an invite first, we will get in there. There is our invitation, and we will be continuing to, I believe, the last game of the day. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen. We have another fantastic match coming up. It's going to be Why Not versus Lightman Squad. Lightman has constructed a fantastic team coming up. We're going to see the members in a second. It's going to be Lightman. There's Benny. Actually, no, I believe that might actually be Nookie. I believe Benny and Nookie has swapped names. Yes, I have been informed correctly that it is, in fact, they have swapped names. So that is Nookie Clunk. Don't be fooled. Okay. I don't know why players want me to read their names incorrectly, but that's up to them. We have Nookie Clunk, Lightman, and Linus being the 3 on the opposite team. This is a very strong roster. I don't think I've ever seen Lightman and Nookie team together, but Lightman, of course, the head of the one and only Lightman Discord, one of the peoples who, like his name says, keep the light on while the servers were off. So he's a phenomenal mechanical player in his own right. Nookie, of course, we've seen him in grand finals. We've seen him also win a tournament in his own, for his own right, with his partner in crime, Benny, who is not here today. But Nookie is a phenomenal player. And now here he is, teaming up with Lightman. And finally, we have Linus. I don't know too much about Linus, but he's on the team with two other legends. And they're going up against, of course, the team I've talked about a ton, spectating this side of the bracket. Bernadette and 360 coming off their recent tournament win in the 2v2 side of things. And, of course, Camp. Three fantastic Xbox competitors. So this is an Xbox versus PC stage. It is going to be a phenomenal final set between these two teams. Players are taking a second. They're trying to make sure that everything is ready to go. So, ladies and gentlemen, you guys are going to want to be seated for this one. The winner of this set advances to the final stage of our bracket, where we actually have the top four playoff, and then we can find out if we can. Then we find out who the winner of the tournament will be in that stage. From what I've been informed about, 360's team is going to need to 2-1 victory over a Lightman squad. So whoever's team finds the 2-1 here, or the 2-0, they will be advancing to the final stage. So, to my correction, if Bernadette and company find a 2-1, then they play a 3 out of 5 set instead. And that 3 out of 5 will decide who goes to final stage. If Lightman finds the 2-1, his team will go on to top 4. And this is our first map, Blackwater Canal. And the TBT side of things, of course, we don't run this map very often. But this is a PS4 classic. I'm sure Lightman as well has also decided to run this map on a few occasions, while he, of course, headed the Lightman Discord. So I'd imagine they have a bit more experience running this map, especially in a format like this. 3v3, potentially the final set of games for Why Not? Here we are. Wait, never mind. There we not are. Ah, I see. We have a disconnect happening. Seems that Linus has disconnected, and Linus is now back in. And here we are. Of course, technical difficulties happen. We've been full of technical difficulties pretty much our entire broadcast, but we are still here to bring you top tier LTS gameplay. Team Lightman versus Why Not?
Transferring to manual operation.
There's a lot on the line here. One team goes forward, and the other one will say goodbye. Camp gonna take up this left side, more than likely look for a battery of his own. We're gonna go for 360's perspective, and we're gonna see what 360 sees. 360 gonna look for a hover shot about now. Hovers over the right side, finds a shot onto the Ronin, but it is blocked. The battery pull is good. Bernadette will hold this top angle as the Legion now shuts down the lane. Lightman gonna get free shots on the burn, and meanwhile it's gonna be Camp getting a free arc wave on the Lightman. This ping is huge. Unfortunately, Camp misses the dash. Does he go for it again? He misses it twice. He's out of movement. That means that Q Kitty is gonna be able to engage on a burn for free. Actually, no, doesn't opt to go for it. Gets a free double arc wave from Camp. Huge amount of core for him. The Legion Ion plus Ronin is one of the best team comps I think you can run on this map. Unfortunately, Nuki, no, he misses the shot on the Nuki. Burn and 360 are both very low. It's going to be on the Camp to make a huge play for his team as they continue to just hold. Light is reloading in front of Camp. Camp gets a few very good shotgun shots, a fourth one as well. He's so close to core. Lightman has the smart core. Sword core incoming, smart core in tow. Lightman goes for the disembark, was just able to save his life. Arc wave is not good enough. Gets a great phase melee off. Does get himself a nice amount of damage off to the Ronin. But the Atlas and the North Stars still survive. Burn doesn't get the battery. Instead, it will be 360 to continue his life. Meanwhile, two Titans that are doomed circling around this left side. Nuki is 1 HP. Nuki's going to have to take an eject here for sure. Flight core incoming onto Linus. Linus decides to actually go towards it. He tries to sword core it out. 360 has to take an eject. Has to be careful of this charge rifle shot that's incoming. No, he tries to get a goose with the automatic instead. Very nice play from Linus to not get goose to not get ripped by Burn. And at the end of the day, it's going to be why not holding the line. Things were looking very grim there for them. Camp thankfully gets sword core, and even though he doesn't kill the entire team, he's able to buy his team enough space to start pulling batteries and get themselves back into the game. Lightman and company are forced completely out as Lightman himself gets picked off, has the smart core. If a power shot had rained towards the direction of Camp, we would have been looking at a completely different round. But despite that, why not will take the first round? Why not again? It'll more likely open up the same way. 360 has to be careful because last time we saw him eat a laser shot and a power shot one after the other. The team play from this opposing squad is very good. Cluster this time on the battery. This time to contest. There, hasn't been gotten yet. 360 tries to find the shot onto Nuki. Gets the locks on the Nuki. One arc wave is good. Second arc wave also good. Matter of fact, I think they might have punished the Ronin. He tried to find the second set of locks onto the Ronin. Couldn't find it. Regardless, the shield from the Ion is going to mitigate a lot of that damage. Lightman is here. Lightman gets hit by another arc wave. Camp is just playing very cheekily. Camp tried to find a melee. A little too greedy. Matter of fact, Camp eats a lot of damage despite his position. Arc wall is up, but that arc wave should come through in a second. No, actually it doesn't come through. Two sets of Lux incoming. So Lux are fired. The pressure is being put onto the backline towards 360. 360 has to be very careful of his health bar. Camp has the sword core again. He's going to look to find it. No, 360 is going to go for a back peek. He's going to hover in about a few seconds here, potentially. No, he's trying to use the peek hole, trying to see if he can line up the shot. Sword core incoming. Camp goes in with the sword core. Tracking rockets rain down, but Camp doesn't have any support. Camp is stuck in no man's land. Has to burn his phase. Great two-man arc wave through the smoke. Gets one for himself. But however, Q Kitty, look at how much health Q Kitty has. Q Kitty has so much life to work with. Salvo core incoming onto the Lightman. More than likely, Lightman is the target. Lightman is taken out of the game. Two sets of rockets. No, unfortunately, not in time. Sword core comes out. Sword core is good. Needs to take an eject as Bernadette, as 360 is now the last Titan standing for his team, but he's got a lot to work with. That highlight harassment, you can see it right now. Very good. Looks like Bernadette got Nuki on the back end, and because of that, it's going to be the Doom North Star versus a triple dash Ronin. This is looking like the end of the round. If 360, as long as he plays his cards right, he's not going to be able to get doomed. He needs to be able to outposition this Ronin no matter what the Ronin does. Goes for the battery. The cluster isn't on the mark. The shot is not going to be on the mark either. Oh, Linus has a way back into the game. 360 needs to move out of his mind. He needs to get away from this Ronin. Understands the Ronin's positioning. Has to back up. Triple dash is good. Has the flight core. Very nice dodge on the arc wave. This Ronin, all he needs to do is look for a doom. Flight core away. I don't know if I agree with this decision. He's going to get some damage in. 30 seconds is the round count. Gonna be able to dash off the car. Very nice map awareness from 360, understanding exactly where the car was, so you can get further distance away from this Ronin. This Ronin is gonna have to face boost off that car if he's gonna want to catch 360 out. But regardless, Linus's health is draining. Linus's time is wasting away. He's gonna look for the pilot. No, 360 shuts him down with the railgun. And that's gonna be 2 rounds. 4. Why not? Now, despite what the round count says, that last game was very scary. 360 may have missed the shot on the battery, and he couldn't find line of sight onto the Ronin, allowing the Ronin an opportunity to get back in the game, potentially. But thankfully, he was able to mitigate enough distance with the flight core, and was still able to play his cards right. Ronin doesn't get in, he doesn't get doomed, so the draw does not happen. Cam has to be careful, I think, with how far he's been pushing up with his Ronin. He pushes up very far, he has a sword core and all that. Ooh, very nice shot from 360. I believe he got an early, looked like a slightly charged shot and maybe a partial. Ooh, 360 got a nice shot onto Nuki. Nuki had to drop his wall early. Not ideal for him. Nuki, matter of fact, dashes all the way down. He's trying to find 360. Lightman on the North Star, already down half. Very nice shot for return shot from him. Nuki's tone, gonna find a nice set of locks here. Burn is trying to find Nuki's tone, but Nuki has the turbo wood and he should be able to just get away unless 360 found some damage. But because Burn is not looking him in, that's gonna buy Lightman and company space to just walk up. Very nice shot from 360 on the Lightman. Lightman less than a bar, but those tracking rockets are gonna start adding up onto this Legion in due time. 360 has the core. He's going to try to find the tone with the flight core potentially, and he will. He's going to look to flight core. Actually, 360 ate the rockets that were meant for Bernadette there, and he's going to take a bit more damage than I think he would like. Luke is going to take the eject. 360 trying to find it. He's unable to. Meanwhile, Storker comes out in mid. Cute Kitty does not take his eject. Smart core activated from Bernadette. Meanwhile, on the opposite end, Camp has to take an eject himself. They are trying to find his pilot. Pilot trade is not in their favor. Cluster missile on top of the tower is good. They don't know where this pilot is. And meanwhile, Lightman is still in the game. He gets a battery for himself. Tries to find a long range power shot. Does Bernadette? And Bernadette actually finds it! I am so surprised that long range power shot actually connected. He barely saw the Titan. The battery just barely didn't apply to Lightman's North Star. Lightman doesn't get the overshield. He doesn't get the health. And as a matter of fact, Bernadette also got a surprising crit power shot. That is going to be the end of Blackwater Canal. Wow. What a way for game 1 to play out. As been stated, the players seem to be ready. 360 getting more coffee for himself so that he can continue to play. And this has been an absolutely wild set so far. Now, friendly reminder, okay? This match, specifically, this game, alright? If, I believe the standing is that if 360 and company find a win here and it's a clean 2-0, they will look to advance. So we're going to see if they can find the 2-0. Here we are. Nuki on his old-fashioned tone. Lightman playing the Ion and Mr. or Mrs. Linus. Not sure exactly what gender they identify as. We have Linus playing the Ronin, immediately getting sonar. They're going to know exactly where the team is. Camp already pulling the battery. Meanwhile, Nookie, of course, getting the early lock-ons. He likes the turbo engine plus pulse cycle kit. Ooh, unfortunately misses the shot. Not going to get the lock-ons with that. And Lightman stuck in a bit of a hard place. He eats a lot of damage. Tracking rockets might be inbound to his position. No, it's going to be Camp plus... Oh, rockets incoming. He does seem to block most of them. Meanwhile, Camp is getting contained by 2 members as Linus now has to help out his friendly Ion. Nice damage onto Camp. Camp is hurting for sure. Meanwhile, the railgun shots are nailing one after the other. Bernadette is behind multiple members, but Bernadette is going to get stuck in an awkward spot in a second. He's going to be completely surrounded. Bernadette should get the salvo core here, I believe. 360 is going to end one member. Great melee pins from Bern. Salvo core incoming. Bernadette also kills the Ronin as well. Flight core onto the Noki. Noki went nowhere to go. Sword core will end his life. And that's another round for Team Why Not. Also, Antha, thank you for the raid. I appreciate it for bringing more people to watch this phenomenal set that we have going on. Right now, the score, for those of you that are just joining us, it's 1-0 for Team Why Not. That's going to be Team 360, Test Point, a.k.a. Camp, and Bernadette. Going up against, again, Lightman, Linus, which is Cute Kitty Gaming, and Nuki Klung. Nookie, going to take this right side, more likely going to shoot an early sonar about now. See what kind of value he can get. Gets one with the double ping, gets only Bernadette, looks like. Ah, he tried to anticipate the shot. You saw it. He assumed the Tone Classic, and now the call is to just engage on the Burn. Lightman trying to wait out for these tracking rockets. The rockets don't seem to fire. Very nice laser shot on the Burn. Tracking rocket reflect. Does not find the mark. Linus engaging on to Camp. Meanwhile, Bernadette already with a salvo core in play. Wonder which member he'll opt to target with it. I wonder... No, he's actually going to go straight in for Lightman. Not enough return damage, I think, as he wanted. Lightman tried to find the rip. Meanwhile, Burn is going to have to take an eject. Bit of an awkward spot. Solar core incoming. Hit Linus twice. Linus was not expected to get hit from that far. Arcwave will seal the deal. Meanwhile, it's just Lightman. Lightman having to fight multiple members. Camp will wait out the melee. And Camp will secure the kill. I don't know what happened on that right side, but Bernadette actually put on a clinic, getting the salvo core early. Right now, Team Why Not with a ton of momentum on their side. The first games on Blackwater, we saw how close they were overall, but as it stands, Lightman and company are kind of getting shut out. However, the sides have swapped, so I believe this might overall favor Nookie's playstyle. He's going to have a lot more room to around the stone, be able to position where he wants, and start getting the job done. Lightman now selecting the North Star for himself. It's going to be Linus. In the battery. Does seem to get back in safely. Harass up this mid area is pretty good. Sees Camp. Tries to find a shot on 360. Cannot seem to find it. Linus going on the south side. We saw Camp in the center there. Double Strider going up that way. Meanwhile, it's going to be Nookie versus Burn on this side. Nookie doesn't have a kit for a few seconds. Burn opts to take the reload, which is smart here. But Nookie's just going to opt to concede this side completely. Burn will just completely shut him out just by hanging out here. Our pulse is good. Ooh, very nice shots from Burn. Ah, the Dragon Rock curve was not where it wanted to be. However, on the opposite end, Lightman taking shot after shot from 360. The tone 1v1. Ooh, never mind. The North Star Railgun up mid. Very nice call out from Bernadette. Lightman tried to find a return shot. The return shot is not there. Meanwhile, on this opposite end, Camp versus Linus. Phase melee. Great melee is coming out from Linus. Overall out-trading Camp. It's the one fight that seems to be going their way. Nookie hammers in more rockets into Camp. Camp is going to be low on health. Lightman also low on health. 360. Nice dash shot. Hovers away. Probably going to see if he can find another shot onto this Ronin. Can't seem to find it. Meanwhile, on one end, it's going to be a rip from Camp coming out. They get Nuki Clunk. Sword Core has been activated. Lightman's waiting. Lightman trying to see if he can guess where this Ronin's coming from. Camp decides to play very low risk. Instead, they decide to force the Ronin out. Tracking rockets will do more damage to the Ronin as they continue to play patient. They have the lead. They're opting to just wait and take their time. I like this play coming out from Team Why Not. Lightman, however, does find the rip onto Camp. Camp didn't anticipate Lightman being there. Does get the disembark, but regardless, 360 didn't go for the rip. He's just going to wait. Sword Core incoming. Bernadette misses the melee. Bernadette to take the eject. Bernadette actually has to fight, and no, instead it's going to be Bird coming on top of the pilot fight. 360 does get the kill on the auto. But even then, that's going to be a 3-0 straight for Team Why Not. Despite what the set score said, very well played by both teams. So now I believe we're waiting to see who our top 4 is. I just want to say, very nice play coming out from both teams. Lightman, Nuki and company are sure a treat to watch. But why not? We'll take it over them. And that should be our side of the bracket done. As stated before, we're waiting for the top 4, I believe, to be finalized. And then we're going to continue further on with the tournament. I have been paying. Alright. Alrighty. So, to update everybody, we have our top 2 of this bracket decided. It's going to be Team Why Not advancing, and up opposite end, it will be Invictus as well advancing. They will go on to our grand finals, best of 5, because I believe they have both technically have 9 points in total. Ladies and gentlemen, just letting you know, for those of you that are still tuned in, we are currently getting our grand finals lobby set up. There's an invitation I have accepted. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I have been filled in on the bracket situation. So one of the games we spectated earlier was this specific match, okay, where we're going to have the run back between Team Why Not versus Team Invictus. And earlier when we saw this, Invictus they won 2-1 specifically over this team. Now, the reason why that's very important is that Why Not was able to get one game. And because they got the one game, that put them just slightly ahead of Lightman's team. Because they found the 2-0 victory over Lightman's squad, that denied Lightman getting into the grand finale. And instead, they themselves will now get the run back. Of course, as I've said, we have another phenomenal match coming up. This is grand finals. Just to say it once, as I've said every single broadcast we've had from me, grand finals is a 3 out of 5. And since the previous set was round robin, I believe we only do one set winner take all. So, first team to get 3 wins, that will be the end of the tournament. So, here we are. We're taking a second to get the map pool together. Currently, we're randomizing some comp maps so that we can get a nice, solid amount of games of LTS for you, and we can see where we're going to be headed. Alright, we've got the maps for the players. All the players are in the lobby. And we are just about ready to start the grand finale of the second part of the Leviathan League. Here we are. Our first map. Complex. Right now, the team's taking a second, making sure they have everything together. And we will be on our way. It seems that Nova is the one that is AFK. Oh, and there he is. He is just returned. The ready has come out. And we're about to see some top tier LTS action. Right now, the players are still getting everything they need to get together. Camp has now gone to the bathroom. One AFK for another, I suppose. Once all... Loveness also said to hold on for a second. So, once everything is all together, we will get our grand finale started. Oh, I see. We're also getting. Oh, that's right. We also have a second caster coming in here. We're gonna have our Russian casting coming into the lobby, so that way we can get everything set up. We're gonna have both sides of the spectrum being spectated. One star will be speaking, believe completely in Russian. Will be very nice for the Russian side of the community, and we'll have me on the other side. So, ladies and gentlemen, with the little bit of downtime that we got, who do you guys have to win this entire event? Will you guys think that it's going to be Team Invictus with another shutout, or is it going to be the opposite end with Team Why Not? Cap, I'm not saying the whole name. You can't make me say the whole name. How about you don't put a swear word in your name and I'll say it? Anyways, with that out the way. Rifles, both teams have, I believe both these teams are mostly controller players, if not, well, except for 360 at the moment. 360 is currently enjoying that mouse and keyboard. So bad news for you guys. Oh, Evil Rollers Dream. Oh yeah, that's S Gamer, right? I almost forgot. Everyone's rooting for. Well, all right. We got some people rooting for Team Invictus. We've got some people for the Why Not Squad. For those of you that are in here, by the way, we're just waiting for our Russian caster to turn up to the lobby, and then after that we will get started with the Grand Finals immediately. Friendly reminder, of course, I said it before, say it again, Grand Finals is a 3 out of 5. It's only going to be one set. Whoever wins that one set will win the entire second ever Leviathan League. Apparently 360 needs to restart his game. I see, 360 can't invite the Russian caster. Alright. He said we're gonna start in 3 hours and be back. What am I gonna do for 3 hours? On my face. Ow. I am in pain. They told me I'm gonna play pubs for 3 hours. I am not playing pubs in this game for 3 hours. I'll tell you that much. I'm not getting stream sniped either. You cannot force me to do that for 3 hours. I can stream something else. That's no problem. All right, and there he is. If you like, for the European players in here, if you would like to hear some Russian commentary, I highly recommend checking out Anepa's. Not sure if that's exactly how you pronounce his name. I could be butchering it. I'm sorry in advance. But if you would like, again, to hear some Russian commentary, you can check Anepa's Twitch channel. He'll provide the other team's point of view. Let them know that I'm good to go. So if you would like to see LSG's perspective, we have it all the way over there on the other side. I will be spectating Team Why Not, as now we will finally get our grand finale underway. Team Why Not versus Invictus. Invictus came up big the last time, but can they do it again in this grand finals 3 out of 5? With our first map being on Complex. Complex is more of a CQC style map with a good side and a bad side. One side immediately has battery control, the other side has to fight into it. We've seen a lot of people go towards the blue hallway to contest the side of the map. Some people opt to walk up mid to take the heads-up fight, and maybe they might send one dome or ignore dome altogether. Funbust in the chat, of course, knows that he himself is the king of dome. But we're going to see what strats and what sides the teams get. First game of our grand finals. It's going to be Team Why Not immediately getting the good side for themselves. They're going to have the good side for the first 2 rounds. Camp going to go get the battery. Has an EVA 8 to his name. Goes to grab Sired. I would just swear any nonsense that might come out. Let a shot through the peak hole. 16 with long range power shot. Oh, it's a stasis! Already huge! Health advantage for his team. Nobody in the peak hole anymore. Looks like it's going to be 3 Titans on the blue side. Tripwires come out. That's a bit of an early tripwire. Tripwire for tripwire. A shot held. I believe it's going to be 1 person disembarked. I believe they're trying to get their energy back with the Ion Classic, where if you disembark and get back in, you'll have energy over the other Ion. Ooh, unfortunately, the Team Why Not getting slightly stuck on each other. Camp trying to walk in. Get some great shotgun shots. Matter of fact, the great arc wave as well. Team Why Not slowly but surely winning that trade. That tripwire was pretty huge. Bernadette is definitely taking a beating here. Legion still holding the corner. Legion with the closest power shot. That was blocked, so he did find the damage. 360 needs to be careful. Needs to back out here because his gun shield will be down. Very nice catch on the arc wave from Bernadette. Tripwire for tripwire again. But it seems that Stasis is also the one that's hurting. Stasis disembarking, re-embarking. You know, Camp could actually potentially look for a punish on that. Very nice power shot coming out from one of the members. Camp trying to put extra pressure, trying to see if he can find that Doom, but it's going to be Bernadette who might begin to descend. Great 2-man power shot coming up from Escaver! Escaver with some huge damage. Sword Core might come into play relatively soon. LSD is just trying to find a little bit of extra damage for himself. Bernadette now has the laser core for himself, but that tripwire definitely hurt. Very nice catch from Burn. Laser core comes out. Laser core is denied. Sword Core is not been popped, surprisingly. Very nice block from Camp. No face. Camp has no face. Sword Core is still not activated. Smart Core has been activated instead. 360 opts to play aggressively. Camp still hasn't found a Sword Core of his own. Camp now gets it. 360 has to go up, but Camp has to come up huge in this fight. There's 3 cores on Camp at the moment. Camp survives. Deathkeeper will take the eject. Very nice eject from him. He's going to buy himself a lot of time. 360 coming around, trying to find a... No, never mind. Does not matter. Camp will fall down. Ooh, the Thunderbolt does take his life. Unfortunate. The trades overall were going towards the favor of Team Why Not up until S-Gamer eventually found the 2-man power shot onto the enemy team. One of the things I've noticed is that Burn in 360, you can see it from the Ronin's POV where they keep getting stuck on top of each other, so they end up taking this combined damage. This combined damage from stuff like the Tripwire, the 2-man power shot, as well as maybe potentially also lining up for some arc waves. 360 had a pretty good health pool, but we saw Burn slowly starting to fall down. Burn keeps trying to frontline instead of trying to back up and hold a new position. Doesn't want to let anybody into mid, but that's going to cost him. Try to go for an aggressive laser core. There's no reason to do some of that. Just play your life. Instead, now it's going to be LSD taking up this position again. Very nice melee. Understand that the Legion has no power shots. Legion has to look for reload here. And now it's going to be Camp taking up the mid. There's something else you can look to do. Oh, they're actually Vortex Feeling! Vortex Feeling sometimes is a very risky strategy. Burnout needs to turn and throw this downward. If not, he might be the target to get punished. I don't know why my game minimized again, but we're going to get right back into the action. And here we are. Camp holding the line for his team. And it's going to be Nova disconnecting. That's already past the 30-second mark. They can take advantage if they want to. And it seems like they will. LSD coming up with the Sword Core, having to defend Nova. And it's going to be Camp holding the line, phasing in. But Burn is going to get taken out. Both teams stuck in a bit of an awkward position on what to do. Nice, great power shot for 360. And because Nova has unfortunately looked like he had disconnected that round, you're going to take... They have to take that round. It looks like, yeah, Nova has completely disconnected from the lobby. But regardless with that, the score will be 1-1. Nova disconnected, of course. Again, another situation. We saw it last time, actually, I think. Where Nova disconnected another game, I believe, in the... Yeah, it's the 30-second rule. No, you can't replay round. It's 30 seconds. It's been 30 seconds. It's always been 30 seconds. It's still 30 seconds. It's never been 1 minute. It has always been 30 seconds. It's always been 30. Hold on. Loveness, right now the score is... No, it was 30 seconds. Loveness, the round score is 1-1. Currently the teams are trying to figure out what to do, but the DC rules state that I believe it's 30 seconds. If you DC after that, then that's it. You know what I mean? You have to play the round out normally. Nova unfortunately DC'd. And now we're going to look to continue our grand finals. That's quite unfortunate for the enemy team. Yep. We are good to go on our end, and... But, despite that happening, okay, we've seen that happen before with Nova's internet. We know Nova's internet is kind of unstable. Despite that happening, the good news for the opposing team is that they now have the good side.
Paint as many targets as you can with a 40mm.
Right now, ladies and gentlemen, just to refresh everybody to wonder what just happened, Nova, you saw him sprinting in place. That is a sign of a disconnect. These things happen in Titanfall. And our rule of thumb... No, unfortunately. Anipa wasn't ready to respectate. Okay. I'm going to tell them I'm ready. Yeah. Anyway, to refresh everyone's memory, for those of you that don't know, okay, I said it to the players multiple times, but again, when you disconnect, you use the in-game timer to tell how long it has been since the disconnect. Nova disconnected at 2:05, well past the 30-second timer. Okay, if you disconnect before 30 seconds, you are allowed to replay the round and get the player back in. But because he disconnected at 2:05, he's not going to be able to do that. Again, the team fight was already happening. He unfortunately disconnected in front of the enemy team. Both players were not sure as to whether or not to continue the round, but again, as a person who has disconnected in grand finals before and disconnected just slightly past that margin, you just kind of have to take it, unfortunately. So we're going to have the round score reset, the only way we know how, via people either ejecting or jumping off the map, as you see. To remind everybody, this is still game 1, okay? Still game 1. Currently, the score for the round count is going to be a 1-1, which we'll see in a second once the players get the round score correct. Three Scorches will now walk into the pit, and 3 Scorches will end the round. Yeah, there you go. Friendly. That's just one of the things of the game where if you die too fast, okay, the game doesn't recognize what's going on, and you need to eject. So that way, one person needs to eject, and the game will be like, "Okay, I know what's up." But now, we continue our grand finals. 3 out of 5.
Mine systems are yours. Paint as many targets as you can with a 40mm.
So here we are. Camp. Getting the battery for himself. And now, the fight is going to take place up mid. And Burn has been spotted, so everybody knows exactly where they are. Long range power shot. Am I trying to rain out on a Nova? No, instead, I'm going to stay in a long range mode, but he's got a lot of bullets. Great arc wave coming out, gets a 2-man. That's a lot of core gain for LSD, but the problem is that Rusisi used both his power shot and he's going for a reload relatively late, so he's not going to be able to support his team. I don't know, but LSD's going to get another huge arc wave here for coming up this minute. Choke point, no one's going to punish him for it. Not enough vortex energy coming out from Bernadette. A kind of mismanaged of abilities. Burn is still trying to hard force despite the fact that he is very low on energy, and Stasis is about to be full. Camp is almost doomed. Stasis now the target. Great punish on the Stasis. LSD. Ooh, long range power coming out from S-Gamer! S-Gamer with a huge lead on his team. 2 doomed coming out for Team Why Not. Laser Core comes out. Laser Core's gonna be looking to put some work. Power Shot is gonna put the Ion into the ground. Dash Power Shot, tries to find it, can't seem to find it. LSD is going to go in with the Sword Core Swing, another one. And one more will seal the deal. That's going to be a 2-1 round lead for Team Invictus.
They aren't winning by much. Take them out, 6-4.
Now, it is time for Team Why Not to figure out a way through this choke point. This is the bad side. Like I've said it before, they don't get free battery control on this side, so instead they're going to have to walk up this way. S-Gamer try to find a long-range power shot. Camp throws both his arc waves very aggressively. He's not going to have that cooldown. It's going to be on a Burnout to mitigate whatever damage the run throws. Now it's going to be Burnout, unfortunately. Not be able to find much of the tripwire either, so now it's going to Now it's on the 360. See what he can get done with this Legion. 60 not on the mark with these power shots to potentially punish. Not it's actually ridding the enemy team's movements well. Try to find a long range power shot, but the long range power shot is no good. I would like 360 to be further up and with the close range mode behind the pillar, but because of that, him in this long range mode, he's not going to find much value. As a matter of fact, they're going to abuse him for having to take a reload. His teammates are going to take a lot of damage. And you just see like how phenomenally they're playing the choke point in comparison to the opposite team, covering each other like just like that. Immediately the power shot over the shoulder. Great block and recognition from Camp, but now you can see LSD's positioning for the battery. The battery is being pulled right now. They're going in. Power shot winding up. No power shot from 360. Not going to punish Stasis. One Titan down. Two Titans go down. No instant goose either. 360 missing mark after mark. Not able to find the damage with this Legion. It's going to be LSD going in. LSD now has Sword Core. He's by himself, but this is more than a possible comeback for LSD. If I'm 360 and company, I am getting out of this hallway. This is not a hallway you want to fight in. That's one power shot already down. LSD is full health, by the way. Oh, Burn getting picked off is huge. Spending a lot of bullets there. Yeah, Camp and 360 are isolating from each other. They need to play together. And because of that, LSD's going to have a free way in. LSD's going to wait for a melee. Ray punches coming out. Oh my god, 360, one of the melee gods of the game, actually stalls out LSD's Sword Core. Doesn't find the power shots. And because of that, LSD's going to get a doom here for sure. Dash off the corner is really good. They get the pilot in the back end. Camp has to disembark, but now it's on the 360 to find offense against LSD's Ronin. This round may as well be over. 360 is running away from LSD. LSD is just walking in just so we can get the doom. One power shot is good. Second power shot will not find the mark. LSD will end the game outright. And he will make the comeback. .360 not able to find the value with his Legion in that round. Not too many great power shots coming out from him, and that's going to spill the end for his team. The other end is that we can see how well Team Invictus is covering each other. S-Gamer goes in, throws down the tripwires, backs out immediately, power shot. Actually, not S-Gamer. Nova comes in, throws the tripwires, backs out, immediately power shot from the back end. Camp was ready to block, thankfully, but even still, just... oh, man. The other thing, too, is that when the Sword Core happened, they decided to split up. Meaning, Camp hard ditched 360, meaning that essentially there would be no convergence on the Ronin. They stayed too close. The Ronin, of course... The Ronin, of course, is going to build that space. He's going to chase the targets down. Of course, he has a Sword Core, but Camp left 360 isolated. 360 was super confident in his melee boxes, and he did land them, but he didn't land the power shots needed in order to bring that round back. Regardless, that's going to be the end of Game 1. We're going to straight to Game 2. Game 2 is going to be Eden. Eden's a map where 360 is definitely going to look to play the North Star. And matter of fact, he'll get a free nice partial shot on an S-Gamer. Looking for another follow-up. He unfortunately misses that one. We're not holding this left side. The Toby Tome fight going on the left. Question is, where is Ronin? Nice charge shot on an S-Gamer. No eyes on the Ronin yet. The Ronin is here on this right side. Looks like on the opposite end, the Tone has pulled the battery on top of Burn It Up. Burn It Up to be a bit of a disadvantage on that fight. Actually, the Tone has pulled up mid. Stasis in mid. 360 going to see what kind of value he can make with this railgun happening. I have to go mid. Nova taking a beating, has to hard back out. Camp is still holding this right side for him. Camp had to phase in place, has to back out. His health bar is getting relatively low. Burnish going to look for this left side. And here's the thing is that this left battery is still in play. Rockets are fired. He could look for the pull here. No, instead, it's going to be the Katone fight continuing. I believe Burn should have that one. But meanwhile, a nice circle around for 360. Getting the doom on S-Gamer. S-Gamer takes the disembark, and his Titan will go down. They don't find the battery either. Meanwhile, on the opposite end, Bernadette versus Stasis. Stasis is not going to opt to eject. Takes the eject now, gets the Salvo Core out. Instant pull coming out from Bernadette. He's going to secure this battery, no problem. LSD, the lone survivor. Sword Core activated. 360 trying to get away from LSD. Nice arc waves. As I stated before, sticking with your teammate is definitely ideal in this situation. He's trying to take out 360, but 360 will not give him an inch. The arc waves from Camp. The Salvo Core follow-up is going to shut down LSD. LSD trying to find Camp, but with nowhere to go, LSD will eventually fall down. Very nice defense coming out from Team Why Not. I think the call from Team Why Not was to try to get LSD a battery there. That's why we saw S-Gamer crouch down with the Ion trying to mitigate any damage coming his way, but 360 circled around, got the Doom, got another follow-up shot, which made S-Gamer think he had to disembark. On the opposite end, we had a 1v1, Noah versus Burn. Burn coming up on top that time. With that, and even then, Burr rotated, Nova rotated in, and he had a battery slight advantage. He got shot by the railgun a little bit, but overall it's his favor. Run every run on the right side, and the North Star has come out. Camp has ate a big shot for his trouble. Every little bit of Rotom HP matters. Camp might look towards mid. S-Gamer actually on the, now he's on the tone, interestingly enough. North Star has hovered. North Star can't find the shot. Cluster Missile for Cluster Missile, and as both teams are opting to just let their North Stars do the work. Eden, of course, a classic North Star map, holding the back, lead the shot. Very nice shot from 360. S-Gamer versus Bernadette. S-Gamer is going to not look to take the fight. He's going to play, actually, no, he actually dashes out very aggressively. Unfortunately, Burn misses the shot. He finds that one. Nice turn from Burn to actually make sure he doesn't get by the tracking rocket, so I'll put him on a nice lead over there. Meanwhile, Hover Shot is coming. Hover Shot, unfortunately, misses its mark. As Camp is looking to be very unhealthy. The battery's being pulled. Not sure which side the battery was trying to be pulled from, but regardless, actually the left side is where it was pulled from. Meanwhile, S-Gamer is going to be down a particle wall. He has to dash the tracker rockets. No more dash coming. He has to take an eject. S-Gamer is the first person to fall. Will be a pilot for the rest of the game. Flight Core has been activated and online. And now it's going to be Camp trying to hold the line versus LSD. LSD gets another position where he can win the game. Nice shot for 360. Meanwhile, on the back end, it's going to be Nova that's found out, and Nova will not go down. He's going to take another ejection seat for himself. Camp is going to be the one that has to go up. And Eva shots come out. Eva shots don't find the mark. 1 HP for both pilots. Stasis trying to survive. Stasis slippery will survive. LSD has to endure a Salvo Core, and it's going to be Bernadette getting the Doom. No, barely not. He got it there. Very nice held from Burn. And Burn will continue to survive. He gets a Solar Plus and sees the pilot as well. Burn can look to park, actually. That is an option that he has presented himself with. It's 360 to be careful, because if he gets turned on by the enemy here, he's going to be in a lot of trouble. He does find the pilot, which is huge for his team. Bernadette gets a battery for himself, has to disengage away from the Ronin, and LSD is going to run towards 360 and get the Doom at least 3. Now LSD can still make this comeback, provided he can find the tone. Bernadette needs to make a run for this field and get immediately towards this back area. But it will be 360 swooping in and getting the final shot. Just catching LSD, not blocking. And that's going to be another round for Team Why Not. Team Why Not looking to make this score a 1-1. Oh, excuse me, 1-1. A 2-0. I should say they're looking to make this score a 1-1 via the match standing. But a 2-0 right now on Eden. If they win one more, they'll have evened up the set. Camp taking up this left side. We're going to see what he sees. He's looking through the window, trying to see if he can see himself a North Star or Ronin, as LSD and company like to fight here pretty commonly. And meanwhile, on the right side, we got the classic tone battle going back to 360. That's a Legion, looks like, from the bullet spray. There will be a Legion holding down the lane. That's going to shut out the North Star pretty well. Burn will pull the battery in front of Nova. Doesn't opt to play aggressively on. Meanwhile, on the back end, it seems that Camp has been just outright demolished in his fight. They will get the rip on a Nova, but the problem is that they have to contend with S-Gamer on the Legion. Bernadette has Particle Wall, hasn't up to drop it yet. He's a little late. Will need a lot of damage for himself. Gives himself a nice little lock-ons. Meanwhile, a Sword Core is inbound. Salvo Core on the Sword Core. I don't know if I agree with it. I would have used some of that Salvo Core on the Legion to at least putting up some health value, but regardless, it's going to be LSD. Bernadette, understanding it's over, understands that he tried to go out on his own terms, but the Arc Wave will deny him. And that's going to be the end of that round. I am not entirely sure what happened to Camp on the opposite end. I think he may have tried to take the 1v2 on his side, but by taking a fight of Ronin Legion as a Ronin yourself, you are not going to walk out of that fight unscathed. As a matter of fact, it looked like it cost him his life. I'm not sure if he decided to get out for a battery or if something else happened, but Camp taken out of the game early that round. That's going to cost his team. 2-1 right now is the score. Now on the left, they set 360 on the right. Two people to fight this right side tone. I don't know if I fully agree with it. 360 is going to have some nice left peaks, but he needs to cluster and contest this left side battery. LSG playing very aggressively into Camp, but he's actually overall losing his trade. Camp with a kind of greedy Arc Wave. S-Gamer in the middle, actually, as the tone v tone fight continues. Oh, Nova has dashed in, and Nova's going to take a pounding. Nova's going to have to take an eject here. And there's 60 with the instant goose. Will put Nova away. That's a huge pick early on. Camp can disengage from this fight if he wants to, as S-Gamer is continuing to look for a battery. But instead, Camp will continue to be aggressive on the LSD. I can't believe that shot didn't do him. Camp has to use the phase. Camp goes back in. He gets a huge amount of damage on the LSD. Camp didn't look for the aggressive melee swing, so that means LSD will live to fight another day. Camp has to be very careful while playing aggressively here. He's just going to use his Sword Core to stall out his enemy Ronin, and because of that, his Legion will fall off in the background. Decides to take an eject. Very nice. That will continue. That will essentially allow him to survive. Another goose coming out from 360, and it's just LSD by himself. Camp, even though he didn't win the 1v1 outright, kept him tied up long enough. And eventually, that will be the end of the round. Actually, was it Burn who got that goose with the salvo core? That might have been what happened. We saw the hit markers. So it's quite possible that Burn actually got that goose with the salvo core instead of 360 getting it. But that's going to be Team Why Not cleaning up Eden. They now tie up the set. 1-1 is the score as we're going straight for the next map. Crash Site. Now, we saw a bit of passive play from our previous game, that being on Eden, but this time we're going to see an all-out brawl for the hill. I think, honestly, this map plays more into the strengths of Team Invictus. Team Invictus, we've seen them be a bit more of a calculated unit, where they're very good about playing off each other and micro-managing their cooldowns with each other. The other thing is that I don't know who takes Scorch on the opposing team. Team Why Not, I believe, out of the three players, I believe Bernadette can play the Scorch. 360 can also play the Scorch. Camp technically can as well, but it's just, do they want to rotate Camp off of Ronin? I'm not sure what the call is going to be for their Scorch pick. Even if they decide to take one, who knows? Maybe they just opt to rock something else entirely. But here we are. 360 and will be burned out on the Scorch. He gets a little bit of a bad spawn, so he has to fight uphill. But this is overall good for Team Why Not. They get the bad side early, meaning they get the good side later. 360 going to walk up this hill, already in gun position. Take some free damage on the stasis. There's going to be no Scorch coming out from the enemy team. Great power shot on a S-Gamer. As the Scorch from Burn hasn't made it up the hill yet. He's going to make it now. He's going to get a lot of damage, but he's going to take a lot of damage as well. Has to be careful not to get ripped, and even though he didn't get ripped, that's going to be stasis with a laser core, and that's going to be another kill for S-Gamer as well. S-Gamer has a lot of health, but he has to deal with 2 pilots. Never mind, scratch that. Only one. Just Camp left. Camp has to hold his own against S-Gamer's Legion. This is a problem, however, is that... Oh, never mind, his pilot gets taken out! S-Gamer with a huge kill. S-Gamer has to reload eventually, though. Camp doesn't realize he's reloading. He could have actually gone and pulled the battery. Camp needs to back out and go towards... And this is the thing, though, is that even if Camp takes a battery trade, he's trying to play cheeky. S-Gamer knows he's here. He definitely didn't hear him walk away. No way S-Gamer goes for this battery. Don't move, Camp. Camp moves. He's eventually been seen. And S-Gamer will not go for the battery pull. There's no reason to, because of the fact that he is a healthy Legion. Camp with 130, it's very unlikely he's going to be able to make this comeback. S-Gamer slowly but surely wasting a lot of bullets, however. If Camp plays his cards right, he could potentially at least look for a Doom. Oh, that is definitely the end of the game. There is nothing you can do against that. The Smart Core will completely shut you out. And unfortunately, that will be that. S-Gamer will seal the round for his team. Burn didn't get that much value out of the Scorch. He got eaten alive on his way up. Had he got a bit more damage, he would have been able to find a Flame Core that would have instantly won him the game, but that's not what the timeline is. The other opportunity they had is that they had a 2-to-1 pilot advantage. Had the pilots been able to survive a lot longer than they did, it was possible to slowly but surely whittle down the Legion, but S-Gamer's not going to let any of that slide. He'll seal the deal. Another uphill fight coming up for Team Why Not. As they come up this hill, Camp sees one. He tries to go for the preemptive arc whip, gets the arc whip onto Nova. Decides to phase on top of the crate. Doesn't seem to get it. Now he's in an awkward spot. No power shots coming out from S-Gamer actually. Camp is free to look for aggression. Good melee's coming out. Nice lined up arc whip as well. However, he eats so much damage or something, and he gets taken out of the game. Camp is already dead. They tried to Vortex fill. As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, Vortex filling, while it is an option, it's not exactly a very good option when you have to force cooldowns into a Vortex that may or may not work out. I don't know, it might take too long to work out. Even though 360's bossing for his life, it doesn't matter. 360's going to fall down as well. Bernadette took so much damage trying to get the Vortex off, and because of that, not enough support is put into his team fight. And that's another round that goes away. So to explain Vortex filling to you, ladies and gentlemen, is that you can fill the Ion Vortex with your own projectiles, but it's very high risk, high reward. Sometimes it's very low reward due to the fact that if the other Ion understands what you're doing, you can just hold the Vortex of your own and you're immediately down energy compared to the other Ion. And in that situation where they may have filled the Vortex a little bit, it was not enough and it took too long, which cost them the round. No Scorch coming out. Again, I'm so surprised to not see a Scorch played from this team. Regardless, no Scorch is the call here. 360 position in the far back. They're kind of just letting the enemy team just walk up here. Look what happens when you don't have a Scorch up here. You can't force the enemy team away. Camp's gonna get a lot of great damage onto the enemy Ion, but look at the position he's in. He hasn't taken EJ. Great Doom for 360. He gets one. 360 has to see what he can find. He's got to find Smart Core with these 10 bullets. He took a reload in front of a rodent. S-Keeper's going to go down. Laser Core is thankfully here to cover him. Tries to find the power shot to the Sword Core, but it's not enough. LSD will clean up the set. 3-0 straight up on the crash site. That's going to be the end of it. It's going to be 2-1 so far. However, Grand Finals is 3 out of 5. But now, 360 and company, with their backs to the wall, they are either going to repeat and win the tournament again as they did last time in the 2v2, or alternatively, they are going to have to lose right here. We're going to see if we continue the grand finals or if the tournament ends here. Invictus has a very phenomenal map for them. They have the Colony. Colony is a fantastic map for these players. Again, it's another map where you're allowed to position and basically you have a little more opportunities to play as a team. And just kind of been the theme is that I feel like Invictus is just all around playing a lot more synergistically with each other, rather than we've seen with 360 and company where they seem to be a bit more individually focused. And it's been costing them a lot. I am so shocked to not see a Scorch pick come out in that last round. They had the good side. They had the means to shut them out of the hill if they wanted it to. But they didn't take it. But here we are. We're going to see what Team Why Not has to bring to this table. 360 already going for the hover shot. Has a lead shot on the Nova. Did not opt to take it. Understood that there was too many things in the way of his shot. Didn't want to give away his position too early. Tone comes out from Bernadotte. And it's going to be Camp uncovering the enemy team. It's going to be Bernadotte already. He's kind of far up. He could get collapsed on by more than one member. And he will be. Has to dash off the hill. Throws the particle wall down. Gets a lock on, but hasn't fully disengaged. He might get hit by S-Gamer here. Looking for the dash. No, he does not. Camp gets a decent amount of damage onto two members of the opposing squad. And it's going to be 360 eating some long-range bullets from the Legion. He can look for this battery if he wants it, but because they forward their position, you can see now the battery secure is on the LSD. LSD can win the game. But Bernadotte has gotten a ton of value out of this Tone already with the Salvo Core. He can look for some nice offense. What will he choose to do with it? He can look for the pick onto the Legion. He will find the lock on. Does he find the rockets? No, the S-Gamer does get the crouch down. He will continue to survive. That's a huge pick that they missed out on. 360 is going to have to clean this up. However, on the opposite end, Sword Core incoming. Sword Core behind Burn. Sword Core is going to get the pick on a Burn. Burn doesn't take the eject. But like I said earlier, because of the fact he didn't get that pick, you can see how it would come back to haunt him. Camp is now a bit of an awkward spot. Sword Core activated from Camp areas. Has to take an eject himself. Camp with the grab star. He did not find the pilot. They will kill one, but the problem is that LSD is going to give himself a battery. 360 needs to dash away right now and secure this battery for himself. That will give him the flight core. Now 360, the ball is in his court. Camp, however, does not have a very good pilot weapon to deal with S-Gamer's pilot. S-Gamer a bit more of the veteran when it comes to these kinds of things, playing the pilot side of the game as well. Alright, that's cluster for 360, clustering out the towers, that way he can't get sniped. And as you see it right there, S-Gamer has been found. S-Gamer will survive, however. 360 is a bit of a hard spot at the moment. Sees LSD. He has the flight core. The question is, can S-Gamer find the damage with this Thunderbolt? 360 pops the flight core to build space. I don't know if I like this decision. Actually, he has 15 seconds. He can look for it. Ronan is out of the Titan. Titan harass is very good, actually. Gets the punch on the one. Don't look for the other pilot. Go shoot the Ronan. Never mind. He does actually look for the pilot. He does get it. 360 will actually clutch it out for the team. I am so surprised that was the tactics call. Burn the flight core to essentially position yourself further away. They had to get out and disembark to chase him because there was only 15 seconds left on the clock. There wasn't really much of an option at that point left to basically continue chasing with the Ronin. But I won't lie, it was very close. Time was winding down. If he didn't find that punch, that would have gone the other way. But regardless, 360 does seal the deal. 1-0 Team Why Not. Railgun onto the right side. Gets a nice shot on the LSD. Let me burn it out. Holding this hill again. Coming up across Nova, but now he's slightly down in terms of wall advantage. Nova actually could have stuck around a little bit longer. His wall did come up second, and it's going to be Camp fighting S-Gamer in mid. And it's going to be Bernadette heads up fighting Nova, but he has to reload. And because he dashed aggressively, he's going to get taken out the game early. He should be able to find the Doom onto his opponent. But LSD, again, another position where he's going to get into the battery, but I think 360 was there this time on the punish. And he was, but LSD, he's coming in with a sword core on the 360. He tried to go for an early punch. He misses. Nice one from 360, but he misses that one. That's going to be into him for sure. Can't find the Doom on an S-Gamer. S-Gamer will survive. As it's just Camp all by his lonesome. He gets a sword core now, but how long can he survive? Oh, unfortunately, Camp tried to go for a swing there instead of waiting extra long for cooldowns to be burned. He could have potentially got 2 kills had he waited for his teammate to hit 1 charge rifle shot. But even then, at that point, he still has to make a huge comeback against S-Gamer. Again, Bernadette taking that aggressive dash versus Nova. He's running the overcore, meaning that he will get the salvo core to start making picks in place, but because he took the aggressive dash, LSG was just looked at him and he said, yes, I would like some free tone food. That sounds good to me. Brad gets taken out early. 360. The other thing I think 360 could have done, he's going to potentially use the tether to defend himself. There was, I believe, there might have been a phase, if not no phase coming up for LSD. 360 will have a shot. Doesn't seem to find it. Unfortunately, the North Star and Brown Stars have not been up to par, at least not as much as he'd like. Camp looking in the mid, looking at LSC, gets some free shotgun damage. Unfortunately, Arc with the tripwire. Again, very nice awareness coming out from, I believe that's S-Gamer on the Ion. Bernadette versus Nova, the classic. The punches are good. He gets the rip. This time it's Nova that falls down for being aggressive. LSD is here. He's trying to harass, but he took way too much damage incoming. And salvo core is more than likely in the sky. No, actually, Bernadette is not looking for the core on the S-Gamer. S-Gamer's going to get sword core. S-Gamer's in a rock and a hard place on Colony. And that's going to be the end of him. And that's going to be 2-1 for Team Why Not?
Pilot mode online. Our opponent gains positional advantage.
Bernadette hit Nova with the classic E-Smoke into execution. The reason why he was punching in the smoke is because I believe he saw that Nova's health was going to get ticked down by the E-Smoke, punched him once, punched him again, and got a probably frame-perfect execution. Very hard to eject from one of those. You'd have to pre-input the motion already, recognizing the situation. 360, takes a hover shot. Gets a nice shot on the S-Gamer before the gun shield gets put up. Burn, if he wants to, he can rotate towards his left side, and he can just take the fight. Burn actually now takes the turbo engine for himself. That way he has a bit more rotation ability. Gets the lock on the LSD. Opts to fire just to get some free damage. Camp will combine, but the Legion, no one has seen the Legion. The Legion call out is made, but Camp is in a bit of an awkward spot. Thankfully that power shot doesn't land, but Camp is going to eat a lot of damage for himself. Has to use the face to mitigate some. Thankfully 360 doesn't get power shot for his trouble, but it will be Burn who's on the collapse. Gets the Doom on a Nova. Nova does take the eject. And on the opposite end, they fail to get the pick on a Bernadette. Tracking rockets will find the mark, but look at how low all three of the members are. They're going to start to get batteries to themselves. And it's going to be a sword core coming on a Camp. Camp has to hold his position. Has to be very careful of LSD. Salvo core incoming. Salvo core has been burned. Doom onto LSD is good. Meanwhile, on the back end, 360 will take out one. 360, the only healthy member. Camp holding two. Camp holding one, excuse me, as LSD has to fight two. But LSD does not have enough health to continue the fight, and that's going to be the end of the game. 360 actually ending LSD's reign And it's a 3-1 victory for Colony. I am very surprised. I thought that Team Invictus, with the way that their team plays have been that would be their map where they're favored. But instead, it's going to be a 2-2 between these two teams. This right here, ladies and gentlemen, the final game of the second ever Leviathan League 3v3 LTS, coming at you right now. Whoever wins this game of War Games will be the victor of this tournament. Will we have a repeat of 360 and Burn winning the tournament? Or will LSD and his team have something to say? War Games is a map where there is another good side, bad side. So we're going to find out who has what. And it's going to be that LSD and company have the good side first. They're going to look for the fast pull. Camp will not look for the Gooser, but 360 is on the turbo engine. He can look for this Gooser if he uses enough of his movement. He's not going to find it, however. He's going to try for the dash shot on a Nova. Nova almost got caught there. Camp is fighting up in mid. Will fast pull the battery. Misses the fast pull slightly, so he's going to be slightly slow. So he's going to need some more damage than he'd like. Does find aggression on the LSD. LSD took a lot of damage for that. LSD going for a lot of melees on the Camp. Matter of fact, that's going to cost him a lot of his health bar. Has to be careful. Doesn't hold the vortex in time. Doesn't get the reflect either. He could have gotten a Camp having to fight Nova. Nova playing very aggressively. Nova stuck between two. Nova's lifting a bar as well. He's trying his best to vortex for his Ronin, but because he tried to vortex for his Ronin, he's now at the target. He's going to get put on a hard space. Laser Girl comes out. The enemy team should just look to respect it. He gets the Doom on a Nova. Nova is in a bit of an awkward situation. Oh my god, I cannot believe you let go of Vortex when you saw hit markers. You are a wild man. 360 still relatively healthy. He can still potentially make a comeback for his team, but there's 3 enemy Titans on the other side of the pit. 360 trying to see what he can get done with this North Star as the enemy team has just decided to full disengage. Left side battery, no, right side battery is being pulled. Left side battery is still in contention. A very nice Doom on an S-Gamer. That is a start. I believe Nova might have got that battery. He did. He is a Doom bar. This bar has been activated. Clear shot is good. Dash Railgun is also good as well. And Burn will get the kill on a Nova. That's huge. What a way to get back in. Left side battery has been pulled. That's going to be pulled by S-Gamer. That's 2 batteries that Invictus has got. Look at how much health LSD has. You need to get across the spin immediately. 360 nails the pit dash, but it's going to leave Burn all alone by himself. And they're going to pull mid as well. LSD has so much health. 360 has the flight core. That is a pretty good equalizer, but he is running out of health. S-Gamer still not seen on the Legion. Over peeking over mid. I think he saw where the Legion was. He saw the Legion was in mid. LSD is already here, ready to contest the battery, however. This is so nail-biting. 2 seconds, S-Gamer's Titan will be revealed. No, 360 should have held the hover. Burn tried to go for the melee. He tried to go for the line. He should have looked for the eject instead. No, Burn did not. He tried to chase. He didn't get it. Flight core gets burned. LSD is now here to test the Ronin. Dashes across the pit. He's trying to look for this Legion. The Legion will finally find it with a power shot. And even though 360, even if he might get the kill at that point, it's just over. What a nail-biting first round we had for the final game of our tournament.
Transferring to manual operation.
I was gonna say there's 2 seconds left on the clock. 360 could wait, hold his hover, and potentially see where this Legion is. Instead, Burn spotted out the Legion. He tried to go for the rip. He should have went for the attempted rip plus into an immediate ejection. Even if it didn't work out, he still would have got the pick anyway. which would have left his teammate in the 1v1. 360 and company. They're gonna look for this hard goose onto LSD. Camp couldn't find it. 360 wasn't there. He opted to look mid. Because of that LSD, he will get the battery. Safe and sound. Camp pulls mid again. He's gonna get hard punished by LSD for sure. And look at how much health he's at. He's gonna lose so much. Burn has to come in and cover him. That's gonna cost him some health as well. Camp's looking around for this right side battery. He might opt to leave Burn alone, but Burn is trying his best to vortex against 3 different people. Camp rotated back, but again, it's a little late. Ooh, Nova's actually pretty far up. He could get punished for this. They will look for the potential all-in, but it's a little too late. LSD has a sword core. LSD is going to go over the sword core versus Camp for sure. Nice melee from Camp, mitigated for as long as he could. Has to take a stim. Does get the Doom on a 1. LSD is also doomed. Great pull by him as well. S-Gamer looks around the corner. Long-range power shot misses. Unfortunately, Camp gets taken out as the pilot. He should have just played his life for as long as he could. LSD is super low. Burnot's going to turn around his left side. He's going to see what kind of stuff he can get done. LSD's pulling the battery. Burn should go peek left, and he should try to look for the kill if he can find it. He didn't find a kill on his Nova either. And because of that, 360 tries to hover and look for it as well. That's going to cost him his entire rest of his life bar. Burnot's going to pull the battery in mid. Nova doesn't opt to. It's dead. Look, Nova decides to park. So that mid battery's being pulled. S-Gamer shielding for his teammate. Archer Rocket actually has been pulled out. The good old Schizo build. Cloak plus Archer. Make Titans essentially just look at you. Stasis survives the flight core. Another huge cooldown used by team. Why not? I know you can flight core the pilot. Yes, why not? But it's not something you're going to have coming up against this Ronin and Legion. I don't know how they're supposed to kill this Legion now. Left side dash coming out. Finally gets the Doomed as LSD. But there he goes with an eject. Oh, unfortunately, nobody can seem to hit the Gooser. Ooh, close range mode. Unfortunately, 360 gets tagged. Laser core is activated. He needs to get back behind his wall if he wants to see if he can find value with it. But 360 gets taken out by the smart core, and because of that, LSD will come in and finish it off, and they'll come in 2-0 for themselves. Honestly, there's a lot of mistakes coming out from Team Why Not. Camp is greed pulling mid. He's getting hard punished for it. Try to go for the Gooser. Try to go pull mid. You can't have both. You can only pick one. They try to find a kill on an LSD. They do play their defense really well, but because of the overextension from both of them, they both essentially lose their trade. They burn a bunch of big cooldowns, and that basically squanders all their chances back into the round. Now they have to make a 3 straight round comeback. If Camp gets goosed on his battery once, this tournament is over. He's going for a very long pull, by the way. Thankfully, he does get back in. Camp is still alive. 360 hasn't found a target with his railgun just yet. Opt to dash towards mid. He tethered. He pinged himself on the radar, meaning people know exactly where he is. Take the shot on the S-Gamer. We'll take the shot on the S-Gamer. S-Gamer going to walk up mid to support his team. And everyone has to be very careful of this Legion. Camp and company have a huge opportunity to do a lot of damage onto Nova. But Nova is backed up by his Legion. Great arc whips coming out from Camp. And it's going to be on opposite where Camp does get the sword core. And Camp is very healthy, might I add. S-Gamer unfortunately has to take a reload. Very nice attempted arc wave coverage. Nice melee coming out from Camp. Try to get another one. Opts to back off. I like that decision from Camp. Now he just has to play with his team and look for this pilot. Burn's going to be really low. Has to burn the flight core. Is 360 because there's a sword core coming at him. But now the sword core is switched onto Camp. Camp is the one isolated. Camp actually defends himself very well. LSD is now doomed. Very nice phase as well. Forcing LSD up in the air. Can 360 find it? It will be Burn, I believe, who found that one. And it's just Nova by himself. Camp, he has popped the laser core, but Burn will finish the round off. And we have a continuation Team Why Not continues to hold.
Rocket systems are in your control, pilot.
Team Why Not? They still need to find 2 more rounds. On the opposite end, Team Invictus, they just need 1 to dethrone them. Again, anything that the teams do matters heavily. Camp, again, not going for the fast full the way you're supposed to. 360 is watching the lane. He doesn't see anybody, so that means Camp's battery is free. Opposite end, the opposite battery should be pulled. Great power shot coming out from S-Gamer. Burn should just back up here. He's going to get collapsed on by 2. He has no dash. Great catch on the Vortex. Very nice job not trying to melee back, but Burnt's going to be down a lot of health. Camp went over all in versus S-Gamer. Great block. That's going to cost him a lot of his health as well, but you can see the health bar is starting to dwindle, especially Burns. Burns is taking a pounding for pushing up so aggressively. They have the North Star. Let the North Star work and play a bit more passively. But instead, them trying to hold that aggressive angle, that's going to cost him a lot of health. Nova could round this corner. Yes, he will. He tried to look for the laser shot and get the doom on a Burn. Burn could potentially be the target from these 2 teams. Camp is walking in. Tried to find some damage. Camp has to walk away. 360. This game, I think, rides on his shoulders. He has to find a phenomenal amount of shots in order to win the game. You're still pushing around this left side. Means that mid is now open, meaning that Camp can be aggressed on by LSD. Core incoming activated from Camp. Camp looked to see where the other target was, but now he's not getting value out of this core as much as he should. He's getting chased out, despite the fact he's in Sword Core, he's getting chased out by LSD. LSD also pops Sword Core in response. Ooh, huge! Huge damage from Bernadette. Will get the Rodent to eject on that side. Oh my god, Camp, you went straight into S-Gamer! I don't know why Camp decided not to eject, but Camp will be taken out of the game! Huge misplay coming out. Bernadette gets the Titan, but regardless, 360, he's still relatively healthy. The problem is that the enemy team definitely has the health advantage. I want to go into mid to see what we can see. Nothing we can see here. 360 still relatively healthy as Burn is forced behind the wall. Has to see if he can make it. If Bernadette picks off, this round might be over. 360 pushing up in the mid. C stasis. Gets a good amount of damage for himself, but still doesn't have the flight core, unfortunately. Looking for the Legion. Burn does get the battery. That's relatively good for himself. The fact they haven't spotted out this Legion, though, the Legion and company are going for that left side battery, I think. Oh, he has the laser core now. He's not going to be able to get much with it. Oh, he actually does find some damage, but Bernadette will survive. Bernadette needs to pull his battery immediately. He doesn't have that much time left. Thankfully, Burn does get back in. They still have a chance. 360 needs to go in there, and he needs to do damage, and he needs to get a flight core. Otherwise, his team's hopes and dreams are over. Misses another shot. Can't find that one either. Damage on the S-Gamer is good. They get the Doom. Finds another huge shot on the stasis. That's a lot of damage, but the problem is that nobody is dead. 3 seconds remain on the clock. Who's going to win it? And it's going to be Team Why Not somehow still winning the game. I am so surprised that they had the health advantage. I thought for sure that they were going to have to get a Titan kill in order to continue the game for themselves, but despite the fact that they didn't get the Titan kill, they did enough damage on S-Gamer's retreat, and they actually were able to bring it back. It's 2-2 now. They can potentially win the game. Camp. 360. Bernadette are on the verge of being repeat champions for the Leviathan League, specifically Burn and 360 are. Burn unfortunately misses the laser shot versus the second laser shot as well. Camp got the battery. Burn might be the target again. Burn smartly disengages. Now they're playing to their comp strength. Despite the fact they have 2 batteries, they at least have the North Star. Every micro decision that happens in this round is going to matter. It's a do or die situation. This is the final round of this tournament. Who is going to take it over who? Laser shot held up. Laser shot no value. Trail gun dashing up mid. Get a nice block shot onto LSD. 360's positioning on not taking damage has been phenomenal. We've seen time and time again where he just has full health in most situations. And you can see how close the teams are playing. Camp sees S-Gamer, gets some good shotgun shots. But look at how much damage he took in return. Ooh, very nice punish on the S-Gamer. Camp can look for aggression here on the S-Gamer. But it's going to be met with Nova. Sword Core is in play. Sword Core is activated. That thing by S-Gamer didn't find enough value. And great blocks from Camp. That's going to be 2 members down, alright. It's just LSD by himself. S-Gamer gets a pilot on the back end. And 1 pilot will fall down. Double Strider versus the lone member that is LSD. Camp is going to look for a battery for himself. Keep himself alive and healthy in the game. Over peak. Look at how much health LSD has. LSD has full health. 360 needs to get out of this vicinity because a Sword Core is incoming. And a Sword Core shall rain down on the Cap. Cap needs to defend himself. It is do or die time. Very nice shots coming out from the Ronin. Oh, he baited the melee that time. Very great melee to defend himself. He's still alive. He tries to find the rip. He doesn't find it. Cap is still alive. He survived the entirety of the enemy Sword Core. LSD trying to chase down Cap. Has to block the railgun. Takes the eject. It is 360 versus LSD in the 1v1. But 360, look at the position he's holding. He's holding on top of the airship. 30 seconds left. What kind of value can you get, LSD? 24, 23. Archer rocket. 360's waiting for the pilot. Trying to look over and see what kind of damage he can do. Dodges the rocket. LSD's coming up behind him, I think. He doesn't know! He doesn't know LSD's behind him! Hover is good. LSD! The Archer rocket does enough damage! That's gonna be the end of the tournament! Flight Core activated! Flight Core's too late! That's the end of everything! LSD actually holds! And he wins the tournament for his squad! I am speechless. What an absolute final round. 360 put too much focus into the pilot. He didn't realize LSD was coming back. He forgave. He gave up his high ground. Despite the huge lead they had early, they had such a huge lead. I cannot believe they had such a huge lead. They killed 2 members out the gate. LSD came back and he snatches victory away from Team Why Not. And a phenomenal final game for the tournament. Invictus win the 3v3 LTS Leviathan League. Wow. Absolutely unbelievable. I am still in shock of all the things that I have seen in front of my very eyes. I know I'm supposed to do an outro, but what a phenomenal grand final set. Overall, what a phenomenal tournament. Sure, we had some hiccups here and there, but as D said in the chat, but we pulled through all the way to the grand finale a grand spectacle, as some would say. Absolutely unreal showing from both teams in the grand finals. And so, ladies and gentlemen, that will conclude the second ever Leviathan League. If you know some players who are interested in playing LTS, be sure to hit up Loveness in the chat. He can give you a nice little Discord link, get you in here. We, of course, have two sides of the bracket. We have the upper bracket, of course, which is streamed by myself, where we can see some high-level matchups. And, of course, we have the lower side of the bracket, where it consists of teams that are, you know, people trying to get into the game. Loveness and company have been doing a phenomenal job of trying to rekindle interest into the LTS/CTF. Matter of fact, just Titanfall 2 in general. So a big shout out to Loveness and company for doing all the staff work and making this event possible. Seriously, you guys, thank you so much. Because of that, we get phenomenal sets like these. Thank you, Funbus, for posting the Leviathan League Discord in the chat. If you want in, or if you know somebody who wants in, this is a good place to start. I say that as my game decided to just completely close itself again. So, with that being said, that's going to be all from me. Once again, I am Lethal Force. I have been your host for this wonderful Saturday afternoon of Titanfall 2 gaming. And, of course, I will come back for another time when we host another LTS event. Or not, maybe CTF, who knows. Whatever the next tournament is, I'll keep you guys up to date. And I will see everybody next time. Have a good afternoon, everybody.